Compañeros. Projects. Multimedia exploración. Somos los Pachamerican.
Viva Manitua. Dos, tres, Manitua.
You're a capitalist. You don't believe in God.
What?
Capitalists don't believe in God.
Oh. I forgot. No, don't take it. Throw it away. Throw it on the ground. No, you should do it. No. You see our show? Oh. No, you don't want to. You don't want to take a show. No, throw it away. Sorry. Like a liar. No, don't see the show. Hey, would you like to see a show? No. Hey, throw it away. No, don't listen to him.
She's backing away from him.
No! Please don't see it. Please don't. You don't want to see it. No. Let's find a way. You don't want to see it. It's all lies. It's all lies. Go to bed. I want the bed.
Are you just visiting Boston?
We're here, to see the show.
You're here to see the show?
Yeah, we
You're
heard
gonna
about
come
it in
see
New
it.
York.
Josh, he's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
You came last night.
So you're gonna come and see?
I didn't see it last night.
Excellent.
Was it great? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Don't listen to this one.
What?
Don't listen.
Sexy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hello. Come see our show.
Don't see it.
It's awful. No, don't listen. Terrible. He knows nothing.
Throw it away. Throw it away before it's too late.
No.
You don't want to see it.
Yeah, you too. Come see our show.
Throw it away. Don't take it for liars. Don't take it. Don't take it. Please don't take it.
You
Oh, what is this camera?
Oh, here, come see our show.
No, you don't want to see it.
You want to see
it's
it?
awful. No,
It's good.
Get away.
No, maybe later.
Don't take it. Don't take it. No, throw it away. Throw it away while you still can. It's not too late. It's not too late. No. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. You're the greatest. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Don't take it. Don't take it. Whatever you do, don't take it. Don't take it.
You ruined everything.
How do you think the turnout is going to be for the show tonight?
I don't know. Is it?
Empty.
No, no.
Empty.
It'll be good. Full. Very full and delicious and full and beautiful.
My belly will be full.
No, 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 no. No, you have to come see our show?
No, man. No, don't take it. Don't take it, man. It's all right.
Brainwashing. This is enjoyable.
Don't want to see it.
Yes, you don't.
Please don't see it.
No, it's good.
Please
It's
tell me you don't see it.
satisfying. It's flavorful like guacamole. So good.
Just throw it away, man. Throw it away. No, don't. Ah.
Thank you. And you.
No. Put that down. Put it down.
No, don't listen to him. No.
I don't want to see it. It's awful. It costs $500 to see it. It's the most expensive show in town, and it's not worth the money.
Plenty after.
Oh. Okay.
We got a lot of fun.
Oh, good.
Is everybody listening?
Lo que vamos a hacer es.
Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do
Lo que vamos a hacer es.
is we're gonna sing pachanga.
Vamos a cantar pachanga.
But singing is not enough. So we're gonna combine our physical and our vocal warm-up
Combinando nuestro calentamiento físico con
while
vocal.
simultaneously going over words for the song.
Y simultáneamente
Josh, do you have a
aprendiendo las letras.
question?
No, I have an idea.
Okay.
That could be call and response, where they do a line and then we respond with that line, at least
Okay.
once or twice, and then we can try to do it all together.
So we're gonna go through there's 4 lines. And we should all know it very, very well. So let's do that. So the people who know it, sing it first, keep going very slowly, and then respond. We'll go through each line twice, and then do the whole song together.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
implement the words that you learned when it comes time to do it during the performance. Saying.
So right now, while we're doing this though, you should stretch, because it actually helps you memorize better stretching. Promise. Wait, no, one at a time.
It's cool. I think it sounds like people know it. It's fine.
Mahashim doesn't.
No. We need one at a time because I don't know the words. So I'm gonna say them once through. It's
No. Don't do that. Call and response is much stronger.
response. Okay, that's fine. Okay, is that okay? Can you just one line?
Consensus vote.
Come on.
One line.
Imperialist.
And stretch. Please stretch.
Okay, I'll sing Changa Chang Pachanga de Macondo. People repeat after me.
Uh-huh.
Árbol de. Okay. Changa 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 de Macondo. Changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bomba, bomba, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Bombas en el campo y la ciudad.
Again, repeating.
Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bomba, bomba, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo y la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba tu raíz, bombas en el campo, la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo, la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo, la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo, la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba de tus raíces, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba de raíces, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa de Macondo, amo de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bomba tus raíces, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
Yeah, what are the last two lines?
Bombas, bomba, bombo, bo. Bomba, bombo,
Guys, please come here
bombo,
quickly.
tumba,
Dumba.
Oh, Tumba, not Tomba.
tumba.
I didn't say Tomba.
Yeah, I think last two.
Tumba.
Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces.
Tus raíces.
Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Guys, can we have a moment, please?
Don't say it for the last line.
Mercy on the ones who are next to me. Okay.
Wish I had a wide
Ready?
angle.
Venga, hermanazo.
Oh, Ruth. Y Ruth. Pedro.
Véngase, camarada.
Así es, ya te toca.
Pegate, güey, con ese.
Wait for Pedro.
Wanna get it? Yes.
Jonathan,
Pegate ahí.
hermanazo. Okay. I just wanted to say just a few things before we go. As I've been telling people individually, let's just be aware that, as I said, the worst enemy of the second night is an excellent first night. It is
El
true. So,
enemigo más peligroso de la segunda noche es que la primera noche es el éxito de la primera noche.
entonces, vamos a estar conscientes de tener los mismos nervios y la misma energía que tuvimos ayer. Let's be conscious of having the same nervousness and energy that we had yesterday. And today, let's bring our audience more into the show.
I'm just giving you a little
Okay.
grandmotherly.
Let's just bring that energy in, and let's really think, as Ruth was pointing out, of why we're doing this, and let's make that alive tonight. And as a very last thing, I have to say that you have taught me so much, and I think it's the case for everyone here, that I hope we've all learned enough so that this transcends, as I wrote in the final note, the rehearsal and opening nights, and when the dictators least expect it, sparks a revolution. So, que como dije en el programa, que espero que esta sea una experiencia que nos ha enseñado a todos mucho, y que, como pongo en la nota, que cuando los dictadores menos se lo esperan, prenda la revolución. And I hope that if we all do migrations, there is someday that I hope you can all migrate south for the farm theater we're starting, and we can have an amazing.
We can have a revival.
Yes, exactly. La próxima migración es la migración al sur, a la granja teatro que vamos a montar. So let's have like a collective call I don't know what, Manito or
Wait,
something.
can we do one
Pachamerican.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, in
Yeah.
here, can we do one line or the one go through of that song because I think it's really powerful in the circle.
Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to just lead us just through just one breath. If we could take one breath in, and as you breathe in, wait, don't say it. As you breathe in, be thinking of the weight of the stories that we're carrying and bringing them to this performance. And as you breathe out, just breathe out the ability to respond to those stories and to pass them on.
Eyes closed.
¡Viva Manitua! Arbolera, máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo.
Our strength is the circle.
La máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
Can we do a call? A Manito.
Another world is not only possible, she is on her way on a quiet day. I can hear her breathing.
I know that one, eh?
I didn't want to
Let's have an energy call, right? For everyone to go in places. So, Manitwa? Yeah? Okay.
Oh, wait. So tonight we all know we have to stay and clean up all the props.
Yes.
Oh, that's ruining energy.
We need to know it.
Okay,
Now I
let's
know.
know it as we say Manito.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me begin.
Okay, let's do 1, 2, 3, right?
1, 2, 3, Manitwa!
Second place is for pre-show, please.
Passport, please. Date of birth, name.
You look like such a monkey. Because of this?
Because of the little fur around it. Yeah, you look a little like a monkey too. Punk.
How about me without a mask? Do I look like a monkey?
No, you shaved, man. What's your problem?
Yeah, it was just getting too bothersome, I think.
Don't lose it, or you will be deported. Read your passport, don't lose it, or you will be deported.
Are there any other movies that you can do call lines to?
How many people in the group?
Sir, can you tell me about what just happened here? What was the incident that just occurred?
No, just take it easy now. Just stay out.
Was there some sort of a problem?
No problem at all. No problem at all.
Well, you can go too.
Okay, then these.
That's true.
Only by accident.
Really funny. Yeah. There is a place like that. No.
Okay, sir, you're gonna have to wait here outside the behavior court. Okay? I'm sorry, I haven't received the book. Can you just get that one now, please? Come on in, man. Come on in. You too. You also. Right there, folks. Stop right there. Okay, you just have to wait a certain minute, sir. Can you make sure that this man's safe?
How are you feeling right now, sir?
Oh, I'm frightened.
What if they don't let you across the border?
Oh, I'm gonna commit suicide.
You're gonna commit suicide. What do you think of this man's desperate state right now?
I'm not authorized to comment at this time.
Do you think the United States government will claim responsibility for his suicide in the event of that?
I'm not allowed to comment on any accidental deaths this man may have in any automobile accident, sir. Alright.
I apparently need to get a passport.
You in your group?
You know my passport?
No.
Okay, the security is there.
Alright.
Alright. Do you bring in any illegal substances, messages from Pachamerican Revolution?
Sir, what happened to your passport?
I hadn't had it.
You tried to cross the border without a passport?
Dear. I had already crossed it long before you started asking for them, so.
Do you feel somehow injured by the United States government because you've just been evicted from the country?
I feel injured by the United States government because I was born in this dump home.
And now that they've kicked you out of your own country, where you've been born and raised, how does that make you feel?
Irritated.
Are you going to try to come back into the United States if you have the chance?
At every chance, yes. And I'll probably make it through too.
How do you feel you're going to be able to accomplish such a feat?
Very sneakily.
Very sneakily. Thank you.
Very sexy. You want to go
We
home
need
with
to
me
move
now?
over.
Try and give us just a little bit of a doorway.
That's all we have.
Too late.
Carolyn?
No.
Yeah, we're trying to make out with a mask on.
What did you have, sir?
A ticket taken away from me illegally.
You mean a passport?
Yes.
Whose laws are you following?
The laws of humanity.
Alright, so here's the situation. Sorry to be so rough on you, but we're gonna be honest. We've got a small security concern tonight, okay? We've got a rebel group calling themselves the Pachamerican Liberation Army. Okay? For the security of all of us, they are a terrorist organization. We need to make sure a few things. One, I need to make sure you don't have any fruits or vegetables. Two, I need to make sure your cell phones are turned off, because we know that that's how they're trying to communicate. And three, I'm going to need to check your passports, and you, sir, are going to have to behave yourself. Sir, do you have children?
No.
Well, those of us who have children
What?
care about their safety. That's why we have security. Those of us with children, sir, care about our children's safety. Okay?
Yeah.
You have this man's passport?
Let's go, Pachamerican.
I do. Are you going to cooperate with our search? Are you
absolutely.
South? You? North? Okay, you can head on up the stairs. I'd like you to empty out your pockets, sir.
Liberation of the peoples of the world. So we can't let you in unless you cooperate.
Let's answer the facts.
I won't be searched.
Free Pachamerica.
I say you just put him in the cells. Just put him in the cells, who cares?
So what are your feelings about being searched?
Oh, it's a violation of privacy.
And
Hey, how about an equal telling of the story?
I'm just trying to get this man.
This man could be a terrorist.
I understand that, but the information needs to get across to our viewers.
yes, invasion of privacy.
Invasion of this country.
No constitutional
even
rights.
Even if it means not being let into the country?
Call her.
Yes.
She'll seat you.
You'll be sitting in the south, sir.
What?
Sitting in the south.
Also, sitting in the what? I don't understand that.
South.
Let's go, Pachamerican! Vamos, Pachamericanas!
Alright, along the wall here.
Speaking English, español. Va a haber una acción pachamericana esta noche. Nosotros somos los pachamericanos, movimiento libertario. Necesitamos que ustedes se unan a nuestra acción. Se puede hacer todo menos dañar físicamente a una persona o el espacio. ¿Oyó? Y le vamos a dar una comida que tiene que llevar escondida, respóndela bien. Arriba y se la entrega solo a los pachamericanos. Solamente, no a la fuerza de seguridad lo van a querer detener. No debe nada a la fuerza de seguridad.
Let's go, Pachamerican! Vamos, Pachamericanas!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You have a little bit of contraband. We're going to have to take that away. Please take off. Can I see your passport, please? Name and date of birth? Student? Teacher. Well, she is from the north. Heading south.
Lopez.
We'll let you go this time. All right, you're okay to pass. Please watch your step here. The next officer might not be so nice.
Excuse me! Okay, let me explain. Sorry, man. We're having a small problem. The group calling themselves the Pax.
Behave yourself.
Pax Americans. I think we're not talking any of these characters.
Give to Pachamama, to Mother Earth. When you get up there, only give the food to the Pachamericans, not to the security force. And you have to hide it really well, because if the security forces find that on you, they're going to detain you. So don't tell them you talk to us, alright?
Welcome, Pachamerican.
We're all Pachamericans. We're ready to join the action.
Let's go, Pachamericans! Vamos, Pachamericanas! Let's go, Pachamericans! Vamos, Pachamericanas!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
The people united will never be defeated. For the liberation of Mother Earth.
Okay, this is very important. The security forces have taken up the whole space. We're the Pachamericans. We're a liberation movement. Here's some literature so you can learn more about us. And we're having a Pachamerican action tonight to dismantle the border.
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
Yes, the security forces don't want
them. They want us to stop.
They're the rapers of Pachamama, of Mother Earth. We're the liberation movement. Now, we're all Pachamericans, alright? We need you guys to be ready to join the action, alright?
You can this border so that we'll all be united.
You can do everything except damaging the space or physically harming another person. Now, we need you guys to smuggle this food up and only give it to the Pachamericans. You have to hide it because if the security forces catch you on you, they're gonna detain you. So don't tell them you talk to us, and when you get up there, as soon as you get in, find the Pachamericans and give them the fruit, okay? So that Pachamama can cook a big meal for us.
A feast for everyone.
There's a feast at the end, so please be ready to join our action. Welcome.
Welcome, Pachamerican. Thank you so much.
Let's go, Pachamerican!
Yes, I am. Okay, ¿entendieron lo que dijo?
You can join our action. Just don't put the space for anybody else.
¿Tienes tu papel? Somos todos Pachamericanos.
¡Arriba, Pachamericanas! Let's go, Pachamericans!
And I need to make sure you can talk to Americans. So if I can just check your passport. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. There you go. Alright, you can head on up the stairs, sir. Sir, thank you. North. South. Oh, okay. Good. South. Head on up. No, sorry. Yeah, you? Passport? Okay, thank you. Ma'am? Thank you. Alright, hold on up, sorry.
Have there been any other incidents today at the border?
We had a few lost passports. Someone who thought that they wanted to carry fruit into the space. That was a problem. We had to start talking to. But other than that, no, just that man. And you know, we have to be tough on these folks because terrorism is everywhere these days, and you have to sometimes sacrifice the liberties that we have to make sure that everyone's secure.
What do you think?
Alright, I gotta let some people in. Okay, can I have 6 of you, please? 6 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Against the wall here, folks. Just stay right there, man. Stop right there. Thank you. Spanish? Spanish or English? Español or English? Español? Okay. Una momento. Okay. Are all you folks English speakers? Yeah. Okay, let me explain the situation to you. Sorry we're being so hard on you tonight. We've got a little problem. An insurrection is happening with a group calling themselves the Pachamerican. I need you to say you're not going to talk to any of these folks. Can you all agree to that? They're a dangerous rebel group. Okay, ma'am? Great. Okay, I also need to make sure your cell phones are turned off, because that's how they're communicating, and that you're not going to carry any fruit or vegetables with you, okay? No perishables can go across the border tonight. All right. Great. I just need to check your passports, and you can head on up the stairs. Sir, okay, great. You folks can head on up. Yes, great, thank you. Okay, don't let them talk to you, folks. Don't let them happen. Okay. Okay, Carmencita? Sir, you can go in there. Your passport. You want to come translate?
I can see your passport, please.
Okay. Okay, no, talk to Pachamerican. You tell them that.
Que no vayan a hablar con los Pachamericanos, ¿ok? No vayan a hablar con los Pachamericanos.
Let me tell you what's going on here today. Check your passport, thank you. Okay.
I see your passport.
Please make sure a few things.
You have a passport?
Are you going to South America?
Oh, yes, that's it.
Are you in the same group with these people? Alright. You moving to North America? Alright, please move in.
I think you guys are supposed to move.
Excuse me.
Great, alright.
Excuse me.
You moving to South America? North America.
Okay, I'm on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can come on in and line up against the wall.
We're in the same group. Doesn't matter.
You, sir, against the wall. Sorry. Hold on. I got 5 here. Right up here, please. Thank you. All right, folks.
So how do you feel about crossing the border today? What do you think your chances are by getting across successfully?
I'm hoping to get there. I'm having a lot of anxiety, I gotta tell you.
What are you hoping to achieve?
Just get in. I just want to get in.
Do you have a plan once you're across?
I have no idea what I'm going to find on the other side.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Will be deported. Your passport, don't lose them or you will be deported.
Where America?
South America.
Wait.
Can you stand over there for a moment?
What does CN stand for?
What's that?
What does CN stand for?
Stands for North America. Wait, no, what? You're saying, are you done? Alright.
But he got N.
I got N.
I got S.
You'll have to go south.
I don't care.
Good. Alright.
I guess I can't go in.
We have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait.
How do you feel about being separated from your family like this?
I don't want to be separated from my family. I feel heartbroken.
I'm going to Canada.
What do you hope to achieve once you're in Canada, sir?
He wants a second Shays rebellion.
Second Chase Rebellion. Okay.
Alright. Can we stay over, please, Mitt? Can we keep this in going?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or let's just stay at 5.
Let me
okay?
see your passport.
Right against the wall, ma'am. Right against the wall.
Thank you.
Here, in a moment. Okay. Alright, fellas, sorry.
The other time? 5 after 8.
Oh, I'm so happy.
You should go in there to translate.
Okay, right here. Do y'all have passports?
Yes.
Okay, right here.
Right top.
Mm-hmm.
Your passport, please.
Carmen? Can you don't talk to Pachamerican?
Speak English or Spanish?
Que no tienen que hablar con los
Alright,
pachamericanos.
that's good.
No frutas or vegetables?
No frutas, no llevan frutas.
No tenemos vegetables? No? 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay? Okay.
Alright, you can come on this. Alright.
Todas. Emilia, no se vayan a enojar que todo es una broma, no se vayan a molestar, ¿ok?
Okay, vámonos. Gracias. English or Spanish?
English.
English?
Yes.
Español or English? Español? Okay. Español? Okay. Español and English. Español? Okay. Español?
Whatever security says for you to do.
Alright, ma'am, I'm going to take you in. You too. We're going to need Carmen for this for a moment. Todo español. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to tell you this in English right now. You're going to have to hear it in Spanish. We've got a small insurrection going on.
I speak Spanish too.
Okay. Great. Yes. Carmen?
Go there or right
Sí.
here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Wow. That's crazy.
Stop.
Señor, ¿qué quieres hacer cuando cruzas la frontera? No sé. ¿Quieres trabajo? ¿Trabajo? ¿Una nueva vida? ¿Sí? Ajá. ¿Y tu esposa? ¿Ah?
No tengo.
¿No? ¿Ella quiere trabajar?
No married. You're not married.
Oh, okay.
It's single.
Oh.
He's single.
Can you please describe the contents of your bag?
Let me see your passport. Okay. Let me see your passport. Okay.
Do they all have passports? Passportes? Good. 5 personas, por favor.
Your passport nomás? Your passport? Yes.
Moving. If we start moving that around.
Okay, come on. Okay. That's for you, see? Okay.
Hands up, please. Sir, thank you. How many people in your group? What?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's do that.
Excuse me. Thank you. Hold on.
I just wanted to check.
But I like to thank God.
What do you feel about your chances crossing the border today, sir?
I think that if I make it, I'm going to be happy. If I don't make it, I'm not going to be happy. I'll be free.
Are you seeking work across the border today?
Am I seeking what?
Money. Work?
Yes, I am.
Money.
Money.
English or Espanol? Espanol or hablas?
Allah.
Okay. Okay, pull it out. That's good. Right here,
En général, les passeports, on essaie de les garder et c'est ce qu'on dit aux gens en général, c'est ce qu'on dit dans les... Écoute quand même.
They're calling themselves Pachamerican. You need to make sure you don't talk to them. They can't reach on your cell phone, so make sure that's turned off. And make sure you're not carrying any fruits or vegetables. Is that okay? Anyone carrying fruits or vegetables tonight across the border?
No.
Okay.
Hide the food really well. Because if they find it, they're not eating. The food really well.
Let's go, Pachamerican! Vamos, Pachamericanas!
How many of you are you? Come, quick. Come up here.
Last name, please?
E-L-L-I-O-T-T.
Do you have any perishable goods, valuables, or other things that we need to examine?
I do. Someone told me to say this.
Gorillas. Can you please step up to the right?
So now you're a mule and it was not your idea.
Can I see your name?
Okay, fine.
Date of birth, sir?
11082.
Do you have any perishable goods, valuables, or other illegal substances? You may step up to the right, watch your step. Name and date of birth, please. Name and date of birth, please. Can I see your passport, please? Do you have any fruits, vegetables, or other perishable goods? We're just going to have to do a routine security check. If you could step to the left, please, and have your bag checked. Just step up right here to the left. Oh, okay. Well, for medical reasons, you can step right out there. I'll just step on the right. Please have my passport out.
Excuse me?
Can you have those please delivered to the contraband office? Name and date of birth, sir? 1951. Name? Can you spell your last name?
E-L-L.
Can I see the contents of your bag, sir? Watch yourself. Someone coming up on the right. Passports? Looks okay. Please watch your step. Step up to the right. Name and date of birth, sir? Do you have any personal goods on you, sir? You may step up to the right.
One over here. One right here.
compañeros!
Manit Migrante.
Project.
Bilingual.
Multimedia exploración.
Of migration and globalization.
Somos los Pachamericanos.
We are the Pachamerican.
Los habitantes de este continente del norte al sur.
Inhabitants of the continent from north to south.
Y en nuestra lucha libertaria no estamos solos.
In our struggle for liberty, we are not alone.
Porque así la campesina blanca perdió sus tierras cuando la máquina reemplazó el músculo.
Because so, the white peasant lost her land when the machine replaced the muscle.
Porque los judíos errantes también murieron de holocausto.
Because so, the homeless Jews faced the Holocaust.
Porque las niñas palestinas hoy se mueven entre balas.
And Palestinian children now meander among bullets.
Y los refugiados afganos, huyéndole a las bombas, son encarcelados hoy en Australia.
And Afghani refugees fleeing bombs are jailed in Australia.
Y así vamos todas moviéndonos.
So we are always moving.
Como el caracol que lleva su casa al hombro.
Like the snail who carries her house around.
Evitando la muerte o siendo evitadas.
Avoiding death or being avoided.
Distanciadas de nuestra madre tierra, quien dejó de ser nuestra cuando el capital no vio distancia.
Distance from our mother earth when capital found no distances.
Nosotras, Pachamericanas,
we Pachamericans,
ahora les contamos nuestra historia rebelde.
Now tell you a rebellious story.
Por una madre tierra contenta.
For a happy mother earth.
Por
a free Pachamama libre.
Escena 1. Scene 1. The birth of Manitua. El nacimiento de Manitua.
Hace mucho tiempo, en estas mismas tierras, había gente honrada que con armonía a la madre tierra cuidaba, quería. Un día, de otras latitudes, vinieron extraños, gente sin oficio que en su mayoría eran presidiarios, crueles, sanguinarios. Los dioses hablaron y explicaron claro a nuestros indómitos antepasados cómo el invasor sería derrotado, vencido, educado. Han pasado siglos, la verdad va hablando. Nuestra madre tierra al blanco la cuenta ya le está cobrando. El maíz no nutre, el solo bagazo. El apocalipsis del hambre desgasta el mundo a pedazos. Ahora no se habla de negros o blancos. Les llaman a unos los explotadores. Les llaman a otros pobres explotados. Les dicen a unos los ricos burgueses. Les llaman a otros el proletariado.
Escena 2. Scene 2. Manitua awakes. Manitua despierta.
January 1st, 1994.
Primero de enero de 1994.
The indigenous peoples of Chiapas, Mexico,
Los indígenas de Chiapas, México,
have risen up against NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement,
se han alzado contra el Tratado de Libre Comercio de Norteamérica,
forming what they have called the Zapatista Liberation Army.
formando lo que han llamado el Ejército Zapatista de Liberación Nacional.
¡Que viva!
Mamá,
Oye.
mamita.
Ay, ¿cómo te llamas?
Manitua.
Manitua. Dime, are you looking for Pachamama? Mother Earth.
Pachamama, sí.
Sí, Pachamama. Bueno, creo que I can help you. Tenemos que renacer y buscar.
Nosotros nacimos de la noche.
We were born from the night.
La larga noche de los 500 años.
The long 500-year-old night.
Pero la luz será mañana para lo más.
But light will be tomorrow for the many.
Para todos aquellos quienes hoy lloran la noche.
For all who today cry the night.
Quienes se niega el día.
To whom the day is denied.
Para todos la luz.
For everyone the light.
Para todos todo.
For everyone everything.
January 1st, 2005.
Primero de enero del 2005.
The peoples of the entire American continent
La gente del continente americano
have risen up against the FTAA, the Free Trade Area of the Americas,
se han alzado contra el ALCA, el Área de Libre Comercio de América,
forming what they have called the Pachamerican Liberation Movement.
formando lo que han llamado el Movimiento Pachamericano de Liberación.
A huge Pachamerican action is expected today at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Hoy se espera una gigantesca acción pachamericana en la frontera entre Estados Unidos y México.
We'll keep you informados.
¿Dónde está Pachamama?
Ah, wait. Hay que esperar. We have to go beyond this border to find out. Tras la frontera. But we have to wait. You and I are not the only children of Pachamama looking for her. Hay más hermanos que la buscan. There are rumors that her children will meet here today. Al parecer nos encontraremos aquí hoy.
Bien. Mientras tanto debo calmar mi sed. Este río se siente fresco.
Ciclo 1. Cycle 1. Colonialismo. Who owes who? ¿Quién le debe a quién?
Déjale.
Gold in their eyes, slaves on their backs and blood on their hands they came from afar. Before my eyes I saw my people, the Iroquois, the Pequot, the Sioux, and so many others have their homes thrown in the ashes to be beaten down. We belong to the land, and they thought the land belonged to them. As we saw our land, our majesty, put into shackles.
One day, I forgot to climb the high tree in the village to spy for slave catchers. And they kidnapped me and my sister, threw us in sacks to muffle our screams and to avoid the adults working in the fields. They took us very far away to the sea, where ghostly faces chained us up in the belly of a beastly ship, where the smell of human waste assaulted our senses. They beat those who tried to defy them by not eating or by trying to jump into the ocean from that filthy ship on our way to America.
There was a day when my tears were in the river.
of her eyes. That day has passed. This is our story.
Escena 1, Scene 1, The 500-Year Triangle, el triángulo de los 500 años.
Africans died as a result of the slave trade.
50 millones de africanos murieron como consecuencia del tráfico de esclavos en América.
80 million indigenous people were killed as a result of the conquistadors.
80 millones de personas fueron asesinadas como consecuencia de la conquista en América.
Escena 2, Scene 2, The Conspiracy of the Ham Bourgeoisie, the Free Banquet Table of the Americas, el área de libre comercio de las Américas.
How's it going?
All right. Now that we got Europe all rich, we need to beef up the United States.
Ahora que Europa está desarrollada, hay que levantar a los Estados Unidos.
That's a great idea. I'm so hungry.
I'm real hungry. And I'm going to start with California and Texas.
Pinches gringos ladrones!
Greeting, gringos. You can't speak. All right. Was it good?
Yeah. Well, you
my turn then. All right, let's see. I'm real hungry. It's been a long day of being a capitalist, and I think I'm gonna go for the 4 corner states. That would be Arizona. How about Colorado? New Mexico. And Utah. Revolution!
All right, now that we took up half of Mexico's territory.
Ahora que tenemos la mitad del territorio mexicano,
we hereby establish the U.S.-Mexico border!
establecemos la frontera entre México y Estados Unidos. Escena 3, Scene 3, a sequel. The Conspiracy of the Hamburguesía, IMF, World Bank. La conspiración de la hamburguesía, el Fondo Monetario y el Banco Mundial.
Well, good morning, America! We are the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank!
El Fondo Monetario Internacional y el Banco Mundial.
We develop third world countries for the benefit of entire nations.
Y que para el desarrollo.
And venture capitalists.
Pero del capitalismo.
We are the defenders of the free market and the free world!
Los defensores del mercado libre y el mundo libre.
$100 billion?
¿Qué tal 600.000 millones de dólares?
Sounds good, but only under these conditions.
Pero con las siguientes condiciones.
In El Salvador, privatize the hospitals.
En El Salvador, privatización de hospitales.
Alrighty. How about, I know, in Mexico, minimize safety standards to make factories more efficient.
En México, reducir la seguridad de las fábricas para que sean más eficientes.
Alrighty. Yes,
In Colombia, let the Enron Corporation take over the electricity.
En Colombia, privatización de la electricidad a Enron.
Alrighty. I know just the thing for the last one. In Bolivia, buy the waterworks. The Bechtel Corporation will purchase the waterworks and triple the prices.
En Bolivia, privatización del agua y se triplican los precios.
Well,
now that we have this loan ready,
ahora que este préstamo está listo,
social spending will be cut to
ensure payments on the
debt.
Se cancela el gasto social para el pago de la deuda.
Great. What do you think now, maybe?
I think we should take a vote up here in the north.
Yeah. A ver, unas elecciones.
Do you folks here believe it's a good idea to send a loan down to Latin America?
A ver, ¿ustedes creen que es una buena idea mandar este préstamo?
Boo if no!
Aplaudan si sí y búen si no. No importa porque el Fondo Monetario es una institución no democrática, así que le sabe a diablo su opinión.
Let's head south. We need to elect a president down here.
A ver, necesitamos un presidente.
Oh, I see so many great candidates. Look at you, miss. The one being pointed at. Step right up. Step right up.
A ver.
Congratulations, you made it so far. All right, now, who is in opposition? You, sir. You look like you'd make an excellent candidate.
A ver, el segundo candidato.
All right, now, this is the age-old method of elections, the applausometer.
A ver, el aplazómetro.
So, I want you to applaud. I'm going to pick out the candidate, applaud for the one you prefer. All right, for this fine young lady right here. Not bad. And for this fine young gentleman here. There's a clear winner. Yes, you just been elected. Congratulations.
Señora Presidenta.
Do you hereby accept this loan for your country?
¿Acepta usted este préstamo para su país?
Nada.
Oh!
¡Ay, mierda!
I think, yes, please. Sorry, Mr. You have just resigned.
Perdone, Presidenta, pero usted acaba de renunciar.
Well, I think this military junta will do the job just fine.
A ver, escena 4, scene 4. The IMF structural adjustments take effect. Las políticas del Fondo Monetario toman efecto.
Well, there are too many nurses in this hospital. Fire him.
Hay demasiadas enfermeras en este hospital. ¡Counter! Escena 4. Escena 5. Scene 5. Manitua has to migrate to the US in search of a job. Manitua debe migrar hacia USA en busca de trabajo.
Y siempre camino adelante. ¿Qué importa que me persiga la ley? Con una pata en el hoyo, pero con dignidad en el rostro. Y los jefes me trabajan como un buey. At 18 I left Guatemala.
Someone unlock the door! There's no air!
The Mexican aduana. Spent 3 days with an 8 cell. And they took me from those mosquito orders, sent me back across that dusty border. And this is the migrant historia I've come to tell.
Escena 6. Scene 6. Capitalism is sustained by the hard work of the elites. El capitalismo se sustenta por el arduo trabajo de las élites.
Hi! How's it going? Nice to meet you. Oh look, a job!
Sir, we're here with the mass media. We want to know, how does it feel to be in the new country?
Well... What is this?
And you, sir, how does it feel to have this new immigrant in our new country?
It's great. If it weren't for the fact that these people still owe us a lot of money, they owe us a lot of... You!
What means what? The American dream. Coyote.
Terrorist! He's a terrorist! Security! Please, no! Get rid of him! Deport him! Jeez! Please, where's the media?
Sir, how do you feel about this situation? I saw everything!
Violated! He violated me! Horribly!
What will be his fate?
Oh, he's gonna be deported! He touched my private sector! You're my baby!
Las he buscado, hermanas. De camino a la iglesia, de regreso a la escuela, con rumbo al taller, me han surgido las ganas de mirarlas así, muertas, cual paloma que vuela, que sueña crecer. Las busqué en las fronteras, donde chocan los sueños, donde vaga el mendigo, donde el miedo es atroz. Y allí están, calaveras, mutilados sus senos, pestilentes a vino, tiradas por Dios. Ahí están las hermanas, ya la tierra acaricia, la piel que deja hijos, hermanas, ya se van, mas me dejan las ganas de gritar por justicia, que fronteras o ríos no me puedan quitar de los fines del Juárez, del mar, de la maquila, ahí donde se humilla con bajeza rapaz, hermana, en los carruajes de Tijuana a Coahuila, va una cruz que denuncia. ¡Malditos! ¡Y una más!
Ciclo 2. Cycle 2. Job migration, agro invasion, maquilation. Empleo, migración, agro invasión, maquilación.
De trabajadoras.
We are 3 of the hundreds of maquila workers
Que han sido violadas.
who were raped,
Puñaleadas.
who were stabbed,
Estranguladas.
who were strangled,
Tirada en los desiertos y en los ríos de Juárez.
and who were left in the deserts and the rivers of Juarez. I arrived 3 minutes late for my shift, and they turned me away. 2 months later, my body was found with 4 others. The police told my mother, if I went out in the rain without an umbrella, I should have known I'd get wet. Dijeron que talked too much. They fired me en la mañana. I had no choice but to walk through the desert alone. Un niño found my hand en un drenaje esa tarde. 2 semanas before my 13th birthday. Mi cumpleaños. Número 13.
Los mataron por haber cometido los peores de los crímenes.
They killed us for committing the worst of crimes. We were young. We were poor. Mujeres. We were women.
Tell me your story.
Escena 1. Scene 1. Capitalist Naftalog and Manitua's family work their own land in Mexico. Naftólogo capitalista y la familia Manitua trabaja su propia tierra en México.
NAFTA takes effect. El NAFTA desmadre ocurre.
what are you going to do now that we have free trade throughout North America?
¿Qué vas a hacer ahora que el libre comercio recorre la América del Norte?
I'm going to flood the southern markets with our genetically engineered corn.
Voy a inundar los mercados del sur con maíz transgénico.
I mean, I'm going to help our neighbors to the south with their vitamin A deficiency.
Perdón. Vamos a ayudar a nuestros amigos del sur con sus deficiencias de vitamina A.
Well, I hope you patent those seeds so they don't steal that great idea from you.
I did something better. I genetically engineered them so they can't grow any corn. They're gonna have to buy the seeds from us every season.
He modificado las semillas para que tengan que comprarlas a nosotros cada temporada.
He's so smart.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you planting my corn? You can't grow plants from my corn.
¿Qué están haciendo? Que con esas semillas no pueden crecer plantas.
¿Por qué?
Why?
I made them. I genetically engineered them so they can't grow plants. You have to buy them from me.
Que son modificadas genéticamente, que tiene que comprárselas a él.
No tenemos dinero.
I don't have money. Ay, ahora sí se jodió la vaina.
That's okay. You can sell us your land.
Ay, no importa. Que les puede vender la tierra.
Pero ¿qué vamos a hacer sin nuestras tierras?
But what are they going to do without land?
Well, you can come work in my factory on the border in Juarez.
Que puede ir a trabajar en las maquiladoras, en las fábricas de Juárez, en la frontera.
It's imported straight from El Paso as part of the global race to the bottom, but you get to work with cutting-edge technology.
Importada directamente desde El Paso. Tecnología de punta.
¿Ya? ¿Nos van a dar un dinerito para nuestro sustento?
That if you're going to pay at least for their basic needs.
We're gonna pay you sufficiently.
Que les pagarán lo suficiente. Escena 2. Scene 2. Manitua's family has to migrate to Juárez, a maquiladora city on the Mexican border. La familia Manitua debe migrar hacia Juárez, una ciudad maquiladora en la frontera mexicana.
What a great deal we have here, my industrial capitalist friend.
Oh, I know, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Look at them. Hey, what is that? Hey, sir, you. ¿Qué es esto, huh?
Es un panfleto.
Un panfleto? A pamphlet? What does this say here? ¿Derechos?
Es sobre los derechos de nosotros, los trabajadores.
You want your rights?
Sí.
The workers'
Queremos
rights?
un sindicato.
Sindicato.
Sí.
You want to use Alright, you come here with nothing, I give you a job for you and your family, and this is how you pay me?
Pero ese es el derecho que nosotros nos
Okay.
merecemos.
You want democracy at work, we'll have democracy. We're gonna hold a vote. Translate.
Que vamos a hacer una elección para tener democracia.
Those of you who think he should work here, boo. Those of you who think he should be fired, clap.
A ver, los que quieran que se quede, uy, los que quieren que se vaya,
Well, that was about unanimous. Here you go, you're fired.
que está despedido.
Hola, viejo.
Hello, viejo.
¿Qué tú haces tan temprano en casa?
Why are you home so early?
Tuve problemas en mi trabajo.
Oh, I had problems at work.
¿Qué hiciste?
But what did you do? They found this on me.
¿Y qué es esto?
And what is
Los
it?
derechos de nosotros, los trabajadores.
Oh, it's about workers' rights.
¿Te despidieron?
And they fired you.
¿Y qué vamos a hacer ahora?
So what are we gonna do now? Without job?
Pienso que me voy a ir para los Estados Unidos.
He's gonna have to migrate to the United States.
¡Tú no me puedes hacer esto!
You can't do this to us.
Entiende que es lo mejor.
Understand, please. It's the best thing.
Tú puedes pensar hacer otra cosa que no te puedas ir a los Estados Unidos.
Can't you think of something else?
Ya lo pensé, no puedo más.
No.
Tengo que irme.
I've already thought about it. I have to go.
Piensa en nuestros hijos. ¡En mi hijo!
¿Y qué quieres que haga después de que lo hemos perdido todo? Nuestras tierras, mi trabajo, ¿qué más puedo hacer?
What do you want us to do after we lost everything? The land, the job.
¿Te vas a escribir?
Sí.
Are you at least going to write?
Okay.
Escena 3. Scene 3. Manitua crosses over to the US. Manitua cruza hacia USA, me.
De ahí fui, compañera, a la frontera otra vez. Cruzando la tinta en un mes. Este relámpago del continente, dividiendo y jodiendo a mi gente. Y el pueblo mordiendo el anzuelo como pez. I was in California. Then the migra chased me right home. And I've been running and working and hiding forever, it seems. And now all I've got for familia es la memoria, una fotografía, and a nightmare of gringos and money called American dream. Yo soy el migrante humilde obrero y no soy el único compás. Cada paso al derecho con amor en el pecho de verdad. And when people call me wetbacks, they're taking all the jobs. I respond with a working man's decree. That the border's an illusion, it's the human race's solution, can't you see?
Escena 5, Scene 5. Manitua gets to the US and works in the Chile field of El Paso. Manitua llega a los Estados Unidos y trabaja en los campos de Chile de El Paso.
Querida vieja,
Dear vieja,
pues ya llegué.
I already got here.
Con el favor de Dios,
Thanks to God,
ya tengo trabajo.
I already have a job.
Gano poco y trabajo mucho.
I earn little and work a lot.
En los campos de Chile en El Paso.
In the Chile fields of El Paso.
Como sea,
At least,
ahí te mando un dinerito.
here I'm sending you some money.
Cuida del niño
Take care of our son
y explícale
and explain to him
que muy pronto voy a
that soon
regresar.
I will be back.
Saludos y abrazos
Hugs and kisses
de quien te extraña
of
mucho.
he who misses you a lot,
Tu viejo.
your viejo.
Extrañado viejo,
Dear viejo,
espero estés bien.
I hope you're doing okay.
Nosotros estamos bien.
We are doing fine.
El niño creciendo
Our son is growing
y preguntando por ti.
and asking about you.
Sigo aguantándome las maquiladoras.
I'm still working in the maquiladoras.
Te cuento que hemos formado un colectivo de mujeres
I tell you, we'll form a collective of women
para cuidar a los niños.
to take care of our children.
Ojalá que ya llegues pronto.
We hope you come back soon
Con todo el amor del mundo,
with all the love in the world.
tu vieja Manito.
Your vieja Manitua.
Escupiendo fuego, vomitando muerte. Llegaron los buitres que el norte mandó. Robaron mi tierra. Mataron mi gente. Y hasta la masacre se justificó. Y llegó a Colombia el plan de expansión. Ampliar el imperio. Sí, sí, conquistar. Olvidar que el indio tiene corazón. También que es guerrero, que sabe pelear. ¿Por qué tanta muerte plantada en el sur? ¿Por qué no se habla por fin de la paz? La guerra, desgracias, miserias, encierra. Enfrentar hermanos. La guerra es capaz la paz con Colombia, la paz con el mundo, que todos los pueblos griten unidad, que sonría la tierra en lo más profundo, más que haya justicia y que haya verdad. Si oprimen al pueblo, el pueblo se cansa. Si se cansa el pueblo, le da por luchar. Si lucha el pueblo, lucha por la chanza de vivir tranquilo, de poder amar.
Ciclo 3. Cycle 3. Militarization. Plan Colombia and CIA terrorism. Militarización, Plan Colombia y el terrorismo de la CIA.
Ya llegaron los Pachamerican.
Ay, no, manitua. The Pachamericans aren't here yet.
Ay, Coyote, tuve un sueño del río, algo así como...
Otro River Tree, manitua.
Sí, Coyote, soñé que...
Woo! You thought I was dead! ¡Ay! Pensaron que estaba muerta.
No fumigation plane can kill me.
Ningún avión de fumigación me puede matar.
You must be wondering, who am I?
Pero se estarán preguntando que quién soy.
I am a beautiful plant.
Soy una planta muy hermosa.
I am a coca leaf.
Soy una hoja de coca.
And I am here to represent all coca.
Y estoy aquí representando a todas las hojas de coca.
Today is a bad day for the coca.
Hoy es un mal día para la coca.
In my name,
en mi nombre,
the militarization of the Americas has begun.
La militarización de las Américas ha comenzado.
I can be made into cocaine.
Yo me puede transformar en cocaína.
But not without chemicals from the north.
Pero no sin los químicos del norte.
Do they bomb the factories in the north?
¿Le echan bombas a las fábricas del norte?
No!
¡No!
They fumigate the south.
Fumigan el sur.
It is not good.
No está muy bueno.
Coyote, let us show her.
Vamos a mostrarles. Escena 1. The Drug War Show. El show de la guerra contra las drogas.
Excuse me.
December 3rd, 1999.
I have had foreign policy as the governor of Texas with Mexico.
Yo he tenido una política exterior como gobernador de Texas.
My goal is to keep the peace.
Mi meta es mantener la paz.
I intend to do so by strengthening alliances, by strengthening free trade, and by strengthening the military to make sure that the world is peaceful.
Mi plan es fortalecer los militares para asegurar un mundo en paz.
June 7th, 2000.
Latinos come to the U.S. because they come to seek the same things that have inspired millions of others.
Los latinos vienen a Norteamérica buscando el mismo sueño que millones de otras personas.
They want a better life for their children.
Quieren una mejor vida para sus hijos.
Immigration is not a problem to be solved.
La emigración no es un problema a resolver.
Oh my God. It's a sign of a successful nation.
¡Ay! Es la muestra de una nación en desarrollo.
February 9th, 2003.
In our battle against international drug trade,
En nuestra lucha contra la guerra contra las drogas,
the southwest border is a front line.
la frontera del suroeste es una línea muy importante.
May 1st, 2004.
Enacted to preserve the integrity and safety of our children. Plan Colombia has made Colombia the leading recipient of U.S. military and police assistance in the world in our fight against international drug trafficking.
El Plan Colombia ha hecho de ese país sudamericano el primer receptor de ayuda militar y económica en la lucha contra las drogas.
Now, some idealist Americans may say that in the first half of the year it was implemented that there was a 68% increase in civilian massacres.
¡Ay! Algunos ilusos se estarán diciendo que en el primer año del plan ha habido un incremento de 68% en las masacres civiles.
We need to put America first.
Pero necesitamos poner a América, ¿cuál América? Primero.
We have always been a country ready to do whatever it takes to preserve our freedom.
Hemos sido una nación dispuestos a hacer lo que sea para preservar nuestra libertad.
Whether it be in response to the communist threat,
Así sea en respuesta a la amenaza comunista,
terrorism,
el terrorismo
or drug trafficking.
o el tráfico de drogas.
We must secure sufficient supply of oil.
What?
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. Oil.
¡Oh! Debemos asegurar el suministro de petróleo.
Jesus, racist. Okay. We must also do this by maintaining a peaceful continent by instilling a military plan.
Y esto tiene que hacerse manteniendo un continente en paz gracias a un plan militar.
Now, is there a trainee from the School of the Americas willing to assist me? Huh?
A ver, necesitamos a un voluntario entrenado en la Escuela de las Américas.
I volunteer to be a trainee for the School of the Americas, sir!
Whoa, son. Go there. This hand, right here. Thank you. Wait a minute. Hold on. We need to have a vote.
A ver, una elección aquí en el norte.
Seeing that we are a democracy,
Ya que somos una democracia,
I want you guys to clap if you feel that this young man should help preserve our nation by instilling Plan Colombia.
quiero que aplaudan si creen que este hombre debe ir a defender la libertad de nuestra nación mediante el Plan Colombia.
If you think this is a bad idea, boo.
Si creen que esto es una mala idea, ¡búe!
Okay, come on. Guys, seeing that the minority of our democracy feels that this man should not go and defend our nation, I, as elected president of the United States, feel that I must maintain my steadfast commitment to this country.
Ya que la minoría no quiere que vaya este hombre, yo como presidente lo autorizaré.
Therefore, we must continue my battle for peace.
Así debemos continuar la batalla por la paz.
Okay, so, as President of the United States, I hereby sentence you to go out and defend the purity of our nation. Now go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Escena 2. Scene 2. Fumigations sponsored by the U.S. in Putumayo, Colombia. Fumigaciones estadounidenses en Putumayo, Colombia.
Putumayo, Colombia, target of la guerra contra droga, the war against drugs, and those straw-hatted indígenas thugs, when they can't feed sus familias because coffee prices are down, they are to plant coca leaves, which get bought by the town, by the big-time dealers, traficantes we won't touch, for the consumption problem here. Yeah, the esfuerzo sería too much bother when we can call up Monsanto and Encore, subsidize a few helicopters for a convenient war. pushing campesinos off ancestral lands, spraying even those who with their hands have replaced cocoa with new harvests, esperando promised aid. Children with rashes, plantains getting sprayed. Displacing citizens to overpacked cities, desplazados, tratados with pity. While back on sus tierras, our companies plan convenient highways, carreteras, where farms used to stand.
Escena 3, Scene 3. The Colombian paramilitaries, sponsored by the U.S. and the Colombian state, massacre a people. Los paramilitares colombianos, auspiciados por Estados Unidos y el Estado colombiano, masacran a un pueblo.
Stories dug out of the earth, wounds still fresh on the tongue. Told una vez y otra vez, as though the curse could be undone by stubborn faith and memories, like soldiers sent to battle. Call us out of reveries and get our hearts to rattle. March 1998, 90 skeletons found, 40 of them children, still caught in the positions of the moment when they killed them. Ixcan, Guatemala, my first clandestine grave. Destiny has sentenced me to speak my soul to save. So many tongues cut, but always new ones spring up. Breathe deep, respira, and implore that the horrors lived in Guatemala not be lived once more. February 2003, 500 homes burned in Agua Blanca, Colombia. Police say they were following orders, and the oblivion we're living in allows us to still ignore this. Resistencia, vigilar, tapar la boca a los niños, acoger los huérfanos, entregarse para salvar la vida de los niños. Al fin y al cabo, estamos vivos.
Escena 4, Scene 4. Burn tin blackboard. Pizarrón de lata quemada.
Nearly 300,000 people have died in the 1970s and 80s through U.S.-led military repression.
Casi 300.000 personas fueron asesinadas en Guatemala por la represión auspiciada por Estados Unidos durante los años 70 y 80.
Out of 10 union leaders killed in the world are killed by the paramilitaries in Colombia.
9 de cada 10 líderes sindicales del mundo son asesinados hoy en Colombia por los paramilitares.
Hoy, en Colombia, una persona desaparece cada 5 horas por la represión estatal.
In Colombia today, one person is disappeared every 5 hours by the state apparatus.
Luego nos preguntan que por qué nos levantamos en armas.
And then they ask us why we raise up in arms.
El ladrar de un 30-30 solo es eco a la metralla. de la mano imperialista que logra opacar la voz y no obstante no la calla. El gemido de un chiquillo de 15 años, guerrillero, cuyo coraje en un grito es prototipo de lucha de un movimiento sincero, y cae despacio en el suelo, abrazando el 30-30. Sus ojos buscan el cielo, cielo que él quiso ver libre, que el tirano puso en venta. Se ve a sí mismo jugando al calor de niños varios, mientras su cuerpo sangrando muere el dibuja sereno, la sonrisa en los labios. Antes de expirar murmura 3 palabras casi inerte. El viento entre la espesura lleva su última consigna y que reza: patria o muerte. Amigo, se viene el tiempo en que muera para verte y los dos gritemos juntos: patria o muerte, patria o muerte. Por la noche al noticiero le están leyendo una lista y que Chiapas fue escenario de una lucha en que soldados dieron muerte a un terrorista.
Ciclo 4. Cycle 4. Resistencia. Resistance. Escena 1. Scene 1. The teacher, to save his life, has to migrate to the U.S. in search of a job, works at a cafeteria. El profesor, para salvar su vida, migra hacia Estados Unidos y trabaja en una cafetería.
I want a salad.
Yo quiero a mi hermano.
I want to be allowed to stay in this country.
Yo quiero poder regresar al mío.
I want a hamburger. I want respect. I want your people to stop stealing my people's jobs. I want your corporate masters to stop taking our land.
Quiero saber cómo estás.
Yo quiero poder tener tiempo para contarte.
Yo quiero la unión de la raza. ¿Sabes? ¿Habrá una acción pachamericana en la frontera?
Vamos, hermanos pachamericanos.
I want us to fight together. I want to break down the border. I want to fight for liberation. The North and the South, we're encaged by the same machine. When companies move for lower salaries and higher profits, we lose our jobs. The environment is contaminated. Our health care is slashed. I don't feel free in a country where our education is failing our kids. And the media is broadcasting mercantile oblivion as if we're too comfortable to face the reality. We're sending our friends off to a war that's supporting an occupation. And our products come from a chain of exploitation. And this machine, it's dehumanizing. We are all part of it. We are all the invisible slaves. I feel our liberation is bound up together. Does democracy legitimize forced trade worldwide? Does it legitimize uneven conditions?
¿La democracia justifica condiciones inhumanas? ¿Condiciones iniguales?
unite, we are stronger than they are.
Si nos unimos, vamos a ser más fuertes que ellos.
I want to fight together.
Hay que pelear juntos.
Camino al nido de la esperanza. Sobre una charca me tropecé, caí de bruces, cual lluvia mansa. Sobre unas latas rubias de té, sucio molesto, salí del charco, sucio de polvo, hierba, anís. La tarde de ella sirvió de marco a un pueblo que antes era feliz. Vino a mí un niño, se llama Toño. Tras abrazarme me dijo, ve, mira el plantío, ya trae retoño, y huele el campo, todo a café. Y en su cintura un arma blanca, tan necesaria allá en el cerro. Su cara oscura ya no era blanda, ya era capullo de guerrillero. Pasé la choza y en el anafre salía despacio, agua, café. Noté una ausencia y dije, tu padre, mirando su arma, dijo, se fue. Lo asesinaron en la pendiente. Se le acusaba de rebelión. Tú que conoces toda esa gente, así se llama la rebelión. Primero Villa fue delincuente, el Che Guevara fue un transgresor, Miguel Hidalgo fue intransigente, porque hoy son héroes de gran valor. Si no me dejan ser flor y canto, lo siento, ahora seré fusil. No más lamentos, súplicas, llanto, viva el EZ hasta morir. Quedé callado, el aire olía a sangre, muerte, coraje, fe. Nació un guerrero, Toño moría, el campo solo, olía a café.
Ciclo 5, Cycle 5, The Continental Global Resistance, la resistencia continental y global.
Manifiesto.
Pachamerican.
Si a los pueblos del mundo los explotan y asesinan, si a los ríos tienen de óxido y los niños ordenan al hambre, la rebelión no es solo un derecho, es un deber moral.
One. If the people are murdered and exploited, if our children are sentenced to hunger and our rivers are tainted with oxide, if Pachamama is wounded and left for dead, then rebellion is not only a right, it is a moral obligation.
Si la explotación es continental y global, entonces la resistencia y la rebelión debe ser continental y global.
Number 2. If the exploitation is continental and global, then so must the resistance be continental and global.
Number 3. Therefore, we declare the beginning of the Pachamerican liberation movement. We declare war on hunger, on slavery, and on the rivers of Pachamama.
3. Por eso hoy declaramos el inicio del movimiento pachamericano. Le declaramos la guerra al hambre, a las injusticias y por la vida de Pachamama.
Número 4. Reconocemos las diferentes realidades de cada pueblo y por lo tanto su autonomía de acción.
Number 4. We recognize the different realities of every people and therefore their autonomy in action.
Número 5. Asumimos como fuerza la densidad y tácticas.
Number 5. We assume as a strategy a diversity of tactics.
Número 6. Nuestras armas, antes que nada, son las palabras, la música, el poema, la cámara y el beso.
Our weapons, first and foremost, are the words, the music, the camera, the kiss.
Número 7. Pero al mismo tiempo entendemos que ningún revolucionario toma las armas porque quiere, sino porque el imperio lo obliga a hacerlo.
Number 7. But at the same time, we recognize that no revolutionary takes up arms out of simple desire, but because the empire forces her to do so.
Número 8. Aquí decretamos la liberación de nuestro continente pachamericano y la unidad con la lucha de todos los pueblos del mundo.
Number 8. We hereby declare the liberation of the Pachamerican continent and unity with the struggles of all people of the world.
La pièce de la résistance. Please increase your insistence on peace and resistance, or you will be outdistanced. The war burning like cattle.
La verdad.
Changa, changa, for granted. The leader of the planet.
I want this world to be our world. I want this earth to be preserved by what we do and what we say. I want this to be a beginning and not an end. I want this to be a community and not a world that's run by fear. I want a Shut up, everyone! Okay, you think your little dances and your little singing is gonna do something to my border? The bomb of conformity! The bomb of conformity for you!
Capitán, el show ha terminado. Todos pueden irse.
Everybody go home.
Going.
Hell no.
The insurgency has been controlled.
Compañeras, this is Pachamerican action!
That's right.
Pachamerican boys!
¡Vamos para tu casa! ¡Vámonos!
prepared for you that Pachamama has made. We're going to take a little bit of a break. There are bathrooms through those doors. Please, after you take a break, we're going to bring food in, make a big circle. We'd like to talk about what just happened. Thank you. Oh yeah, someone want to try?
Ok, a todas las personas que se quieran esperar, tenemos mucha comida que queremos compartir con todos y cada uno de ustedes. Si gustan tomar un pequeño break, la comida va a estar aquí lista en 3 minutos y es comida deliciosa, solo espera.
What did you think about the show? I loved it. Yeah? Yeah. What did you like the best? I liked the beginning and also the thing that they're showing people of how horrible it was. Yeah. And it is still. And I also liked the end. Yeah, what did you like about the end? I liked stealing the guns and revolution, you know. And yesterday, someone told me, you know, you have to steal one of the guns because those are the bad people. And I was like, okay. So then this time I remembered and actually got people to actually steal more guns and like be more Great, thank you. What did you think about the show? Did you like the show?
My niece was in the show. My niece, my favorite niece.
Your only
my best niece. She's wonderful. I like the way she danced the best. She has the most movement of Mother Earth. Knows rhythm.
What about the other cast members? What did you think about the ideas?
Good idea.
About
very
the border
good
being
idea.
brought down?
Very true. Very honest ideas. Sometimes even too literal, but all to the point. Absolutely. It is happening now. It's very true. By the way, I like the fact that some of the dates were 2005. Usually it's always historical review, like past and up to present, but this is even the future, what will happen.
What did you think about this performance?
It was really moving. It was amazing. Very powerful.
What did you like the most?
Hearing stories, just hearing and like going and making sure that resistance was really known. I feel like it's often all the negatives talked about and there's not enough talk about resistance. So it's amazing to hear all about the resistance to globalization, to capitalism, and all those pieces that go in.
I really like that my language comfort was threatened for a while. Hearing things in Spanish was great. I don't know a lot of Spanish, so it's really nice to hear another language spoken and not necessarily get it. The beginning, coming in here was quite unnerving. Got really freaked out, but I understand what you guys are going for. So.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. What did you like the most?
Pedro.
Pedro?
Yeah.
Do you understand Spanish?
No.
No, but you liked him the most anyway.
Yep.
Right.
I thought you were very good too.
Thank you. How did you feel about the border being put up like that?
About the what?
The way the border was put up and taken down?
It was neat. It was very dynamic. It's good. The music was good too.
Is this going to incite you to have more actions in your life, or is this going to affect is this affect in any way your sense of the world?
I'm filled with rage.
Yeah.
No. I want to learn how to speak Spanish. Can you speak Spanish? Where did you learn?
Una de las cosas más importantes que tratamos de desarrollar con este proyecto
was to have a play that ended on the side of the audience.
Era tener una obra de teatro que acabara en el lado de la audiencia, del público.
And where the ending would depend on what the audience would do or would not do.
Y que el final dependiera de lo que haga de lo que hiciera o no hiciera el público.
So whether the border would come down or if it would stay and people would just leave.
Entonces las opciones serían que la frontera se quedara arriba o que se cayera y la gente se fuera.
If it had stayed up, we wouldn't have had food.
Si se hubiera quedado levantada, no hubiéramos tenido comida.
But also an important point that we try to address.
Pero un punto importante que tratamos de decir
was that this play didn't end with the idea that if you break a piece of fabric in a theater, then the world outside is already good and we have nothing else to do.
Pero algo que no tratamos de decir es que si un pedazo de tela, que es la frontera en la obra de teatro, se cae, entonces todo afuera, en el mundo real,
ya está resuelto y no hay que hacer más nada. Eso es una cosa que queríamos evitar.
Traduzca en inglés.
No, ya lo vi. So, you know, we were trying with the thing with the water to try to have something where people would have to break some level of comfort to get to the border and do an action. Que precisamente por eso teníamos el agua, para que requiriera de que la audiencia quebrara un poco sus niveles de confianza y se mojara si necesitaba para poder quebrar la frontera. But one thing we say is that in real life, the million borders that we have outside, from the tangible borders of the US-Mexico border to the borders that they drop from planes that are the bombs over Iraq, over Afghanistan, the borders that workers in this country and around the world face when they get exploited by their bosses, the borders that we have between inequalities between gender, between people of different sexualities, against homosexuals, against the environment, against Pachamama. So all these borders that are outside, ooh, I have to translate. Okay. La frontera del idioma. Y una cosa que queríamos decir es que, o sea, que con tumbar una frontera que era de tela no se está necesariamente resolviendo todas las fronteras que tenemos afuera, que zumban desde los aviones, que son las bombas, las fronteras hacia las mujeres y en diferencias de género, cómo son explotados los trabajadores alrededor del mundo, la discriminación contra las personas homosexuales, la discriminación contra el ambiente. Es decir, todas estas fronteras y estos obstáculos que tenemos en nuestras vidas, que eso no solamente con tumbar una telita se acaba, ¿no? So we wanted to have a discussion with the audience, sort of a reality check. Queríamos tener con la audiencia como una especie de chequeo con la realidad y de que no nos conformemos, ¿no? And to not take the bomb of conformity that was dropped by the good old capitalist. So, yes? Yes, and so we have sort of a set of questions that we wanted to know. What was your experience and how did you perceive the taking down of this border? Because in real life they don't shoot with water pistols, they shoot with real bullets, they shoot with tear gas in the best of cases. En la vida real no lo disparan a uno con pistolas de agua, sino con balas de verdad o con gas lacrimógeno en el mejor de los casos. So we wanted to know what your experiences were and how you see, how can we transfer this fabric border to take down the real borders that we need to take down. Y de cómo hacer para que esta tela que tumbamos hoy se pueda transferir esa energía para tumbar las verdaderas fronteras que están allá afuera, ¿no? So, la participación de la audiencia, quisiéramos que poder tener sus opiniones sobre todos estos ejemplos. We would like to have your opinions and ideas about how what you thought about this in terms of what it can trigger.
Well, just getting in here was a real trip.
We have to, just so people know, we have to translate back and forth. So this is a bilingual or hopefully multilingual.
Llegar hasta aquí fue todo un trayecto.
I came in late.
Llegué tarde.
So I'm coming up the stairs and I keep running.
Voy subiendo por las escaleras y...
You want a passport? I was getting ready to run away.
Estaba a punto de correrle.
So it put me in and then it was dark and it was light, you know. And
entonces había luz y estaba oscuro.
So it was an experience coming in here, never mind seeing everything.
Fue toda una experiencia.
But my friend that coyote.
Pero mi amigo el coyote.
Decía bien, como cuando yo soy de Colombia.
For me it was a very
cuando pasaba, yo venía con visa y fue bien traumatizante el viaje. Me acuerdo cuando...
la traducción. Hable un poquitico y traducimos.
Para mí fue una experiencia el volver a recordar cuando
it was
entré a
an
este
experience
país
to be able to remember again.
de cómo en verdad por ser de Colombia,
How
emigración
for being
nos
from
trata
Colombia,
bien mal, aunque
immigration
traigamos los
officers treat
papeles
us very
legales.
badly.
Venía con visa, pero fue
I
bien
came with a
traumatizante
visa,
el entrar a este país.
But it was scary to come in the country.
Fue una experiencia bien bonita y
It was a wonderful experience.
Gracias.
Thank you. Soy parte del elenco, pero
creo que también tengo opiniones para decir, aunque sea
fuerte, hermano.
Pero tengo opiniones para compartir con la gente. Uno de los problemas es que en la vida no tenemos un coyote que nos ayude a cruzar la frontera, ¿verdad? One of the problems we have is that in real life is that we don't have a coyote to help us cross borders, whether they be these or whatever, or the other reality. Entonces, el problema no es necesariamente encontrar un coyote, sino llegar a una situación en la cual no se necesite más coyote. So the problem is, the real solution is not to find a coyote, but eventually make it so we don't need any more coyotes in the world, you know? So I think it's not about immigration reform only or this or that, but it's about joining all sorts of struggles and getting rid of the illegality of our lives. No one is illegal. Así que una de las cosas es que nos demos cuenta de las distintas fronteras que hay y unir todas las luchas que existen para darnos cuenta que no somos ilegales y que nadie es ilegal.
An important way to begin breaking down borders.
Una manera importante de empezar a romper las fronteras,
Whether it's gender or race or class or
sea de género, de raza, de clase o en general,
is to start young, start with children.
es empezar desde joven con
Which I
niños.
think is one of the important parts, important aspects of the show.
Es uno de los aspectos importantes de este show, de este espectáculo.
Like kind of the young energy, a lot of the younger people involved in the
Fue la
show.
energía joven
And the enormous age range, which is like of people who
y
attend the
el
show.
rango de edades que era bastante grande.
Is extremely important in order to be able to break down the boundaries for the future.
Y eso fue muy importante para que podamos romper las fronteras para el futuro.
Because we need to not just look at the present, we need to pass
Necesitamos
on
no solo ver el presente,
we need to kind of pass on our
necesitamos pasar
kind of our need for interconnectedness onto our children. So
pasarle
that they can grow up
la
in
necesidad de interconexión a nuestros hijos,
like have a loving and caring world in which everyone is a part.
tener un mundo de cariño y amor donde todo el mundo tenga un espacio, una parte. Tengo una pregunta.
I know the borders that are being referred to are
Las fronteras a las que nos hemos referido
both figurative as well as literal.
son figurativas y literales.
So how are borders defined?
Entonces, ¿cómo se definen las fronteras?
Fences, divisions.
Divisiones.
Borders are
fronteras,
fences, they're divisions. They're
son
trying to keep
divisiones.
people apart from each other.
Separan a la gente una de la otra.
I think also their comfort
Creo que
zones as
también
well.
son zonas de confort, son límites apropiados.
I mean, well, like my fist, your nose. I mean, there ought to probably be a limit.
Mi puño con tu nariz probablemente deban ser una frontera.
But I think the artificially constructed
Están construidas artificialmente.
limits that are including things like nationality.
Son límites incluyendo la nacionalidad.
Are offenses, if you will, against the unique notion that we are one human family.
Son cercas para dividir y aislar a la familia humana.
And the only way we can be one human family is to recognize the profound dignity and worth of all human beings.
De la dignidad y del respeto a todos, del valor para todos.
But the fact of the matter is, we may be stepping toward multilingualism and whatever, but all of us were born with a native language. All of us were born with the native religion that our parents taught us, or lack of religion that our parents taught us. We're all emerging from who we were to who we will be. And we pass lots of borders as we get to the place of where we will be. I just want to say that I'm so proud and pleased that you are here. I have a special role here, and I'm the minister of this place. And I wish every Sunday were as spiritual as this was.
Every day.
Muchas gracias por todos.
I think it was a great idea at the beginning to separate people as much as you could with the help of the security.
Creo que fue una idea magnífica desde el principio separar a la gente con la ayuda de la seguridad.
And to unite them at the end.
Y unirlos al final.
From my experience, your security have been too kind.
La seguridad ha sido dos formas.
Ha sido demasiado débil.
Because they would make eye contact with a person and they have been simply rude to us.
Hacían contacto visual con ustedes y eran un poco
So they treated me as a person.
Entonces me trataban como persona.
And this is not the case where I came from. And it is not.
No es el caso en la vida real.
I came from Soviet Union, and out there, security would look through me when talking to me. They wouldn't bother.
Vine de la Unión Soviética y los guardias de seguridad veían a través de mí en vez de a mí.
To raise the voice or something like that. They would just give order and don't even check if they're false. They know that that's the only case.
Se molestaban en mirar lo que yo tenía, o sea, yo, en simple hecho que yo estaba ahí, me jodían de todas maneras.
They would take my belongings, my wallet or whatever, from my jacket as if this jacket is not on me, on a live body, but on a hanger.
Mi chamarra no estuviera sobre mí, un cuerpo vivo, sino sobre un ropero.
And that's the worst kind of humiliation.
Y ese es el peor tipo de humillación.
They treated me as a dirt.
Me trataron como tierra.
And after I came here in the United States, I kissed the soil, and I'm treated as a person here. I can finally work my profession here.
Finalmente puedo trabajar en mi
and be compensated and respected, and I'm
recibir compensación y ser respetado.
Happily ever after.
Y vivir felizmente para siempre. Regresando a lo de la zona de confort.
Something that really spoke to me.
Algo que realmente me tocó.
Was at the end of the performance.
Fue que al final del performance.
I wanted to do something.
Quería hacer algo.
But I didn't know what to do.
Pero no sabía qué.
I saw other people that wanted to do things.
Sé que otra gente quería hacer cosas.
I could see it on their faces. I could see them moving.
Caras, en sus movimientos.
But I didn't know what to do.
Pero no sabía qué hacer.
And for me, that's that's a problem in the real world.
Para mí ese es un problema en el mundo real.
Because I want to help things
Porque
and
quiero
change things,
ayudar a que las cosas cambien,
but I don't know how.
pero no sé cómo, siempre.
In the program, there's a list of resources, places, websites, campaigns, all kinds of things that are going on.
En el programa
hay un montón de recursos y lugares y pan internet que se pueden fijar. Because in Boston, like in a 2-mile radius from here, you got Lucy Carson's, you got people at Emerson, you got people at BU, you got people at Northeastern, you got unions, you got the church. This church is amazing. I mean, all kinds of things. So it's just a matter of looking around.
En español.
Es cuestión de nada más ver alrededor, porque a un radio de 2 millas acá hay un montón de cosas. Librería, estudiantes, todas cosas. So, just check it out, and then some people around here.
Okay. It's not about my experience. I just have an idea. I just smoke outside, and I got a small idea. It's a utopia idea. It cannot work, and Watch Right organization definitely would be against. But what if we would think is to put all people, I'm not calling them, name them capitalists, I'm naming people for whom goal is making money. Like in a reservation, in a big reservation, and what they would do, how they would survive. Let me finish.
Mom, let him translate.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited I can lose my idea. So to put them in the reservation and make their money with each other without
las ponemos en una reservación.
Kill each other.
Que se maten unos a los otros.
Okay? Be happy without our land, our emotions, our art, our creativity, which makes this world beautiful, rich, and make us happy. And let them live without our support. So I would make, not like taking board like I did today, and come to each other. I would put a big border around them and live very happy inside with each other. Do whatever they want, you know, say oil, fight, do, and see how they would be happy without all of us here who made this great performance. For 2 months, not sleeping day and night, nobody get money, nobody paid for tickets. I'm a big border, okay?
A ver qué harían con un show como este que no cobran, que preparan en 2 meses. En un mes. Sin plata ni nada. A ver qué harían.
I don't want to rain on any parades. I know it's very exciting, you know.
No quiero lloverle a ninguna fiesta, pero ya sé que es
But I think you know, joke or no or something, it's really important that everybody
sea una
recognize
broma o no, es importante que reconozcamos
that everybody in here is coming from different places.
Venimos de diferentes lugares.
And it's the same thing with people who are not here tonight.
Y es lo mismo con gente que no está aquí hoy en la noche.
And there are a lot, or there are some
hay mucha o hay alguna gente
people who do consider money to be a top priority in life.
Considera que el dinero es una prioridad, la prioridad más importante.
And there are, I would say, fewer, but perhaps even more powerful people.
Y yo diría que hay menos, pero más poderosas, gente más poderosa,
who feel as though it's not just money, but it's their ownership of power.
Que siente que no es solo el dinero, pero su propiedad
and control over other people that is the most important thing.
Personas.
But we need them as much a part of our team as we need everybody in this room.
Necesitamos esas personas como parte de nuestro equipo,
because as you
igual
see,
que a todos los demás.
as you see so many times in history,
Como hemos visto en muchos casos de la historia,
you know, when you have a small group of people,
cuando
whether
tenemos un pequeño grupo de personas,
it's maybe a new division in the church, or
sea una división en la, de la
or an
iglesia,
immigrant group that has just
o un
arrived to
grupo
the
de
States
inmigrantes
or in
que
any
acaban
other
de llegar
country,
de otro país,
and you section them off,
y los seccionamos,
it's just as bad as
tan malo
them than the few, the elite,
como
doing
si
that to
la
everybody else.
élite le hiciera lo mismo a todos los demás.
And I would really ask and
Entonces,
encourage and
les
pray for
preguntaría
everyone here
y les pediría que
to, as much as we're so frustrated that
aunque estamos frustrados,
we would want to say capitalists, you know, or
queremos
those
decirle
people
a los
should
capitalistas
be
o a
boarded
esas
off,
personas que hay
imprisoned
que
or something
ponerlas,
like that.
que hay que imprisionar,
That
en la
can't be an
cárcel,
answer, because we will
pero eso no
never
puede ser una solución.
we will never have this idea of
Nunca tendríamos
world
esta idea
unity
de
of
la
races,
unidad mundial,
of peace across
de
every
paz,
single borders, of breaking down of these fake national borders and
romper las
recognizing the
fronteras
global people.
nacionales impuestas,
If we don't have everybody,
si no tenemos a todos.
so we need to have everybody.
Entonces necesitamos a todos.
Felicitarlos
First, I would like to congratulate you.
porque los actores fueron muy profesionales.
The actors were very professional.
Y el
Profesionales pero sin cobrar. Professional but without the money.
el tema de la obra en alguna manera lo toca a uno como inmigrante profundamente.
The subject of the play touches one as an immigrant profoundly.
Y, pero de pronto yo quedé confundida con el mensaje.
But suddenly I was confused by the message.
Porque las personas que hemos sido tocadas por la violencia
Because those of us that have been touched by violence
y por el poder
and by power
de otros contra la minoría,
for some against the minority,
no queremos más violencia.
we don't want any more violence.
Como alguien dijo, queremos buscar otras
As
soluciones
someone
más
said,
creativas,
we want to search for solutions that are more creative,
pero que no sabemos cómo.
but we don't know how to.
Y al final, cuando se bajó la
And at the
frontera,
end, when the border fell,
que usaron armas,
that you used weapons,
eso me confundió como
that confused me.
si para yo poder lograr lo que yo quiero tengo
It's
que
as
seguir
if
usando más violencia.
obtain what I want, what I have to do is use more violence.
Y, otro mensaje que me confundió
Another
un
message
poco
that confused me a little bit
fue el mensaje acerca de la violencia en Colombia,
was the message about the violence in Colombia.
porque cuando hay cuando se está luchando en este caso por el poder,
Because when one is fighting for power in this case,
no el respeto por la vida humana
the respect for human life
no viene
doesn't come
ni de los paramilitares
neither from the paramilitaries
ni de otros grupos
nor from other groups
que se dicen que están luchando
that
por los
say
derechos
they are
del pueblo.
fighting for the rights of the people.
Pero de todas formas
But even so,
es muy importante ver tanta gente
it is very important to see so many people
interesada en buscar otras maneras de cómo buscar poder luchar por un mejor vida social.
interested in looking for other new ways of a social life.
Yo quiero responder a ese asunto de Colombia, porque eso fue...
I want to respond to that topic about Colombia because that was
el tema de mucha discusión entre nosotros
that
también.
was a topic of a lot of discussion among us too.
Porque somos un colectivo
We are a collective group
que llegamos con diferentes ideas también.
That we arrived at with different groups.
Y diferentes
With
estrategias.
different ideas, sorry.
Y diferentes estrategias.
And different strategies.
Y diferentes de pronto entendimientos de lo que está pasando.
And different understandings of what's happening.
Especialmente en Colombia.
Especially in Colombia.
Y para resolver esa escena,
To resolve that scene,
hicimos muchos talleres.
we did a lot of workshops.
Viendo diferentes formas de resistencia.
Looking at different kinds of resistance.
Por eso una de las formas de resistencia era con la cámara.
And
La
one of
maestra que tenía la
the
cámara.
ways to resist was through the camera.
La otra era nada más pasar el papel de educar.
The other one was pass on the role of educator.
Y uno que era levantarse en armas.
And one wants to raise in arms.
Nos comprometimos a también mostrar que eso muchas veces lleva el resultado de que la gente inocente, como aquel niño, se muere.
We compromised and we showed the result that many innocent people die, like the kid in this case.
Make a reflection about what is happening and it's connected to what my sister is saying. Yo también quiero hacer una reflexión y también está un poco conectado con lo que mi hermana colombiana está diciendo y es acerca de cómo los medios de información, and it's about how the media trabaja este tipo de asuntos, works with this kind of stuff. And I want to remind you just that on this exact moment, a country is invaded and their citizens are killed, and we receive on the news something like they are doing something for them. Como por ejemplo en este momento estamos hablando acerca de lo que están saliendo en las noticias cuando un país está siendo invadido y en las noticias nos dicen que lo hacen por su propio bien. And I'm talking about Iraq. Y estoy hablando acerca de Irak, cómo miles y miles de personas han muerto y no tienen la atención en la televisión. And I'm talking about how all these people die and they only have like a little space on TV, like if an American life is worth more than 5,000 Iraqi lives, o como si una vida de una persona americana valiera más que los de 5,000 vidas iraquíes. I'm not against the US, but I'm not for invasion or war. No estoy en contra de los Estados Unidos, pero yo no apoyo la idea de la guerra en ninguno de sus aspectos. Y yo creo que es importante que la gente tome conciencia y piense, y yo creo que es importante que la gente, and I think it's important people just make conscience and think about it, like whenever you receive any kind of information, search for a different kind of ways where you can find something connected to the reality y encontrar nuevas maneras de que uno se pueda conectar con toda la información que uno está recibiendo y sobre todo de todo corazón, ponerse la mano en el corazón y decir, si apoyo a este tipo de gobiernos, estoy apoyando la muerte, and to put a hand on your heart and really believe and really think like, if I'm supporting this government, I'm supporting this kind of massacres. I go for peace and I'm gonna go always for peace. But sometimes I just don't understand how things can happen that way, how people a veces yo realmente no sé cómo pensar cuando yo miro tanta gente que camina en las calles, like when I'm walking on the street and then my heart is on pain because I just realized that 3,000 people died this day in Iraq and in other parts in the country, and then sometimes I just feel like I'm so disconnected and that I'm not doing anything. Y me siento así como que cuando voy caminando en las calles siento un dolor en el corazón porque el día de hoy murieron 33,000 personas como consecuencia de una invasión y no estoy haciendo nada para remediarlo, and I'm not doing anything to fix it. I just think like my connection as a human being is when I understand all the information that I have from this government, from other government, is just to really read different informations, not only what I receive on Fox News, no nada más lo que yo oigo en Fox News y toda la propaganda de miles y millones de dólares que se tiran sobre la población, and to hear like different alternative ways of media, and not only Fox News that gives me everything that they want me to think, investing a lot of money on it, and I think that's it.
fácilmente.
The truth that doesn't hide certain facts.
La verdad que no esconde algunos hechos.
But there is a point
Pero hay un punto
where even the corrupt ones
que aunque hasta los corruptos
face their mortality.
enfrentan su mortalidad.
Unfortunately, the power they have acquired
Desafortunadamente el poder que han adquirido
is a self-sustaining system.
es un sistema que se sostiene a sí mismo.
We have to be able to destroy the system
Tenemos que ser capaces de destruir al sistema
because there's even a passing of power necessary to keep systems corrupt.
porque hay una manera de pasar el poder que es necesaria para mantener el sistema corrupto.
I want to piggyback on that because you talked about system.
Quiero seguir hablando de eso
And one
porque
thing that
habla de sistemas y una cosa
that was said in this show is that we're all part of that system.
que se dijo en este espectáculo fue que todos somos parte del sistema.
And like the most important thing to
Y lo
think
más
about
importante
when you talk about
en qué
you know,
pensar cuando hablemos de
breaking the borders and
romper
revolution
fronteras y revolución
is realizing how you are
es
part of that
darnos
system.
cuenta que en realidad que cómo somos parte del sistema
And the little things that you can do every day
y las pequeñas cosas que puedes hacer todos los días
prepare you for the big things that
para
might come your
prepararte
way.
para las cosas más grandes que van a venir.
Like what?
I want to respond to the whole love and hate. Querer poner todo lo del amor y el odio. I think love and hate are two sides of the same coin. Yo creo que el amor y la rabia son dos partes de la misma moneda. I hate because I love and I love because I hate, and that fuels me. My hate fuels my love and my love fuels my hate. Yo odio porque amo y amo porque odio porque uno alimenta al otro, digamos. And I think sometimes we have to understand the limitations of some of our actions, some of our attitudes. If we just sit and just love and reduce everything to love, in as much as if we just sit down and reduce everything to hate. Y creo que nos tenemos que dar cuenta del valor estratégico de que si reducimos todos a nada más amar, nada más odiar, vamos a perder. It's not just about singing, it's also about swinging, you know. No es nada más sobre cantar, sino también es sobre golpear. And you have to realize that it's not just about hating the person. No es nada más sobre odiar a la persona. But it's about the system behind it. Like Dio was saying, también sobre el sistema, no solamente la persona. I couldn't care less what happens to George Bush personally, you know? And as much as I couldn't care less what happened to Hitler or Stalin or anyone else. No me importa qué le pase a Bush o a Stalin o a Hitler. Me importa lo que pase al capital, lo que le pase al fascismo, lo que le pase a la autoridad. That's the important thing. What happens to fascism, to capitalism, and to authority. It's about the systematic oppression, not just the personal oppression.
I think that we have to become president.
Yo creo que tenemos que convertirnos en presidentes.
No. Again, in what? Presidents? Or
Present.
Present.
Hay que estar presente.
In the way that Oscar Romero
En la manera en que Oscar Romero
became president.
se hizo presente.
He started out uneducated.
Empezó sin educación.
He started out going along with the oppression.
Empezó siendo parte de la opresión.
But he was transformed
pero se transformó
by his friends who told him he was wrong.
Por sus amigos que le dijeron que estaba mal.
He was transformed by seeing the actions of the government.
Se transformó viendo las acciones del gobierno.
He learned that the oppression was real.
Y se dio cuenta que la opresión era real.
And he stood up and took risk.
Se paró y tomó el riesgo.
Martin Luther King Jr. stood up and took risk.
Martin Luther King Jr. se paró y tomó el riesgo.
Malcolm X stood up and took risk.
Malcolm X se paró y tomó el riesgo.
Cesar Chavez stood up and took risk.
César Chávez se paró y tomó el riesgo.
And today we are called to take risks.
Y hoy tenemos la llamada para tomar el riesgo.
We have the Patriot Act.
Tenemos el acto Patriot Act,
which could make all of us
que podría hacernos a todos
put in prison.
estar en prisión.
For being here.
Por estar aquí.
Are we willing to take the risk of going to prison?
Vamos a tomar el riesgo de ir a prisión.
Are we willing to take the risk of dying?
Vamos a tomar el riesgo de morir.
And I don't say that to make it romantic, it's not.
Y no digo esto para hacerlo algo romántico, no.
Our job as activists
Nuestro trabajo como activistas
is to speak truth to power.
Es hablar la verdad al poder.
So when you talk to your neighbor,
entonces cuando hables con tu vecino,
tell them the truth.
Diles la verdad.
They may not want to hear it.
Igual y no quieren escucharla.
There's a lot of people in this country that don't want to hear the truth.
Hay mucha gente en este país que no quiere escuchar la verdad.
But if you tell them the truth,
pero si les dices la
eventually
verdad,
they have to hear it.
Tienen que escucharla.
When I was doing work around Vietnam,
cuando estaba haciendo trabajo acerca de Vietnam,
as a Quaker we did a silent vigil.
Como cuáquero hicimos una vigilia en silencio.
At the post office every Saturday.
En la oficina de correos cada sábado.
Rain, snow, nice weather, we were there.
Si aunque lloviera, aunque nevara, aunque hiciera buen clima, estábamos ahí.
It had an impact.
Tuvo un impacto.
And years later,
y años después,
people would come up and say, you were right.
La gente regresaba y decía, tenías razón.
We have to move people.
Y tenemos que mover gente.
It's a long process. It's a lifetime process.
Es un proceso largo, es un proceso de vida.
Don't be in the movement for a minute.
No estés en el minuto por minuto.
It's a lifetime.
No estés en el movimiento por el minuto, sino por tu vida.
I want to speak to the question of fear.
Quiero hablar sobre la pregunta de miedo.
Because I know I have been involved with activism for most of my life.
Porque sé que he estado involucrada en el activismo la mayoría de mi vida.
But only recently have I begun to realize how serious activism can and should be.
Pero solo recientemente me he dado cuenta de qué tan serio el activismo es y debería ser.
And I know that upon realizing that,
y sé que al darme cuenta de esto,
it can be very empowering, like Marcelo says.
Puede darme mucho poder.
Because I realize that if I'm willing to take certain risks, things can actually change.
Porque si estoy dispuesta a tomar algo de riesgo, las cosas pueden cambiar.
Assuming other people take those risks as well.
Asumiendo que otras personas tomen los mismos riesgos también.
But I know,
pero sé,
especially upon becoming a mother,
especialmente después de convertirme en madre,
that it is very, very scary.
Que da mucho miedo.
To take those risks.
Tomar esos riesgos.
And to decide.
Y decidir.
To put the life of many people you don't know.
Y decidir poner la vida de mucha gente que ni conoces.
And you could ignore.
Y podrías ignorar.
Above the life.
Por encima de la vida.
Of yourself.
De ti mismo o misma.
And above the safety of your family.
Y por encima de la seguridad de tu familia.
And it's a decision that I know I struggle with.
Es una decisión que sé que yo tengo conflictos, con la que yo tengo conflictos.
Every day.
Cada día.
I don't want this to be just the cast talking,
no quiero que sea solo el elenco hablando.
But I have to say something real fast.
Tengo que decir algo rapidísimo.
Sí, rapidísimo. I was caught between a rock and a hard place today.
Yo estuve en un lugar difícil hoy entre la espada y la pared.
Because, well, my difficulty with political theater,
mi dificultad con el teatro político es,
and I think this is why I love it so much,
y por eso me encanta,
is that it is rhetoric.
Es que es retórica.
And unfortunately, without something stronger behind it,
y desafortunadamente sin algo más fuerte detrás de él,
it can never be greater than that.
No puede ser nada mayor que lo que es.
And tonight with the border action,
y hoy con la acción de la frontera,
it came down in violence.
Se cayó por la violencia.
And that's what this woman was talking about.
Y eso es de lo que estaba hablando la mujer que estaba acá.
And that angered me and hurt me
enojó.
Because I don't want to say we should just talk about issues.
Porque no quiero decir que solo tenemos que hablar sobre lo que tenemos que hablar.
But I also don't want to say that we should kill people.
Pero tampoco no quiero decir que tenemos que matar gente.
And I mean, we're talking about a lot of different things right now.
Y estamos hablando de muchas cosas ahorita.
And we're all very eloquent and it's beautiful.
Y todos somos muy elocuentes y es precioso.
But I don't see any solutions.
Pero no veo soluciones.
I mean, tonight really, it made me feel strange in that way.
Hoy me hizo sentir extraño en esa manera.
My good strange.
En una manera
bueno strange.
Extraño pero bueno.
But because otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Porque si no estaría aquí.
But I think it's something that
que es algo
all of us should address probably.
Todos nosotros deberíamos
with ourselves
enfrentar para nosotros mismos.
I think we have to kill the ideas. In other words, it's not the people. The people are puppets of ideas. We have to kill the wrong ideas. We have to have a forced performance to 300 million people of this show in order to change one facet of the migrant situation. It's the ideas. It's all ideas. It's not people. They're not the enemy. It's the comfort paradigm they have. People are logical. They understand if they know the truth. The indigenous walk in my moccasins for a mile. They can do it philosophically. And it's not just rhetoric, because rhetoric is education. Now we can change the worst to being passive corrupt, in the sense that they won't corrupt others. They may stay corrupt, but they won't be comfortable corrupting others. That's what rhetoric can do, and not seem to be doing anything. It's invisible work. It's changing a minority opinion to a majority opinion. When you hear in LA they are going to allow illegal aliens to get licenses, people over here can comfortably say, no way. But half of those people, after seeing the show and realizing everything that migrants may or may not have gone through that they knew about or didn't know about, that lessens the amount of the majority. And that's what I mean by the system. The system is self-perpetrating in the way it brings new flowers. It's not like Monsanto's corn. They don't need to reseed. It's just perpetrating, falling on the next group. We have to stop it from falling on people. We have to educate people, and we need rhetoric to do it. We need killing rhetoric. Rhetoric that kills the opposition's ideas.
Yeah, you need more shows like this. This is my first. You need more shows like this because you're fighting against television, newspapers, radio. So if you can get a show going like this in every major city in town, larger form, and send the message out to the people. People have to look for the truth.
Yes.
Because you can't find the truth in the mainstream media.
Porque no es posible encontrar
And
la
I love
verdad
this.
en la media
I had one problem tonight.
Normal.
when I came here.
Tuve un problema hoy cuando al venir.
I was given an apple to hide.
Me dieron una manzana para esconder.
We were not allowed to bring it across the border.
Y no podíamos cruzarla.
And I hid it in a place where I was very uncomfortable the entire night. I was waiting to be searched all night. I still have that apple in my car now. And I'm going to eat it. I loved it. I'm a friend of Al's. I play tennis with him every day.
Soy amigo de Al.
And there was 9 other guys. We all came down together to surprise him. First time we've ever seen him doing what he do, and we love it.
But I like to make a quick example of him. Now, the reason he hid the apple so well,
La razón por la que escondió la manzana también.
I'm not looking for sympathy,
No,
but
no
it's
buscaba simpatía.
black paranoia.
Era paranoia.
And you don't know black paranoia unless
No
you're
saben
black and
de
live
la
in this
paranoia
country.
negra a menos que sean negros en este país.
You take the fear quotient very seriously.
Te tomas la precaución muy seriamente.
I was on an elevator with a little old white lady,
Estaba en un elevador con una señora blanca.
and I just knew she
mayor,
was going to die in the elevator.
Y creí y podía ver que se
I
sentía que
didn't
se iba a morir en el
even
elevador.
look at her. And she had no fear of me,
Si la veía,
but she
no
was so
tenía
tiny and she was so
miedo de mí,
frail.
pero se veía tan frágil y
I
tan
literally
chiquita
felt my
que
own
realmente sentí mi
projection
propio,
or introjection of what has been put onto me as a
realmente sentí lo
6-foot
que
black
se ha
man,
puesto sobre mí,
and my menace, which
y
is
mi amenaza,
negligible,
que es
but necessarily
puede ser,
in
sí,
me.
que no
So-
necesariamente existe.
But I'm just saying that's why I hit the apple so good.
Lo que estoy diciendo es que
Another thing I
escondió la manzana.
noticed tonight also
También.
that pleased me.
Algo
Let
que
me know
me-
that what
que
you
me
did
dio
was
gusto.
good. I looked at the young children that were here.
Vi a los niños
And you
pequeños
look
que
at their
están aquí
faces
y veo
as they
sus
watch
caras
what you were doing.
y veo lo que están
And you
haciendo.
can see the smiles and the
Pueden ver
enjoyment.
las
If they
sonrisas
enjoyed it,
y la
they understood
felicidad.
it, and they got just as much out of it
El
as
gusto.
I did or anyone else.
Y
did.
todos
And I think that's really
sacamos
nice.
lo
The kids were
mismo.
here and they were part of it. That was really nice.
Y me dio gusto ser parte de todo esto. Estuvo maravilloso.
I think there's been a tremendous amount of amazing things said, and
Ha habido muchísimas cosas maravillosas que se han dicho.
and tonight, like many nights of this process, have really made me think.
Como muchas noches de este proceso.
And I think that the reason this is called community theater
Creo que la razón por la que esto se llama teatro de comunidad
is because you have a chance to form a new community.
es porque tenemos la oportunidad de formar una nueva comunidad.
And I think that for me, this process, above being theater,
Y para mí este proceso, por encima de ser teatro,
is about forming a larger community.
es sobre formar una comunidad más grande.
And I think every time we do that,
Y cada vez que hacemos eso,
we start to break down some of our fear.
empezamos a romper parte de nuestro miedo.
And so, I think in response to a lot of people's talk of love and hate,
Y en respuesta a los comentarios de amor y odio
and our current struggle,
y nuestra lucha de ahorita,
it's about forming larger and more loving communities
comunidades más grandes y más amorosas
on all levels.
en todos los niveles.
Yeah. And also, I feel like this happened last night too, where
Siento que esto pasó anoche también.
talking about sort of solutions to this
Estamos hablando de
problem
soluciones para el problema.
is really overwhelming.
Realmente es demasiado grande.
And people, it's very easy to be theoretical
Y
about it,
es muy fácil ser teórico al respecto,
but it's hard to give people something that they can go home and
pero
do.
es difícil darle a la gente algo que se pueda llevar a la casa.
But I had this conversation with my mother,
Y tuve esta conversación con mi madre,
who had no idea about a lot of this,
que no tenía ni idea de muchas de estas cosas.
and was very, very overwhelmed. And
Y estuvo, fue demasiado para ella.
and just disheartened.
Descorazonada.
But I gave her some things she could do.
Pero le di varias cosas que hacer.
And they're simple because she's my mom and
porque es mi mamá.
she doesn't have time to.
No
I mean, I got her to go to the March for Women's Lives in DC,
Digo,
but
fue a la marcha por las vidas de las mujeres en DC.
so that was pretty huge.
Pero eso es bastante grande, enorme.
So it can be as simple as
Puede ser tan
talking to
simple
someone
como hablar con alguien
and sharing, the story of what you saw tonight,
y compartir la historia de lo que vieron hoy en la noche.
or something that I screwed up today because I know.
Algo
But
que se me
like
pasó
buying
hoy.
products from companies that
Comprar productos de compañías que
are have really crappy practices.
saben que no tienen prácticas terribles.
I tried not to. But and there's so many like that, and you can figure it out. And my mom was so good, and I realized.
Y lo podemos encontrar eso y a mi mamá le dio mucho gusto saber.
I realized that she got it because when we left the show.
Saber eso y me dio gusto saber que le pegó.
She asked me what she could do again.
Me preguntó que qué puede hacer la próxima vez.
But she already knew, and
Pero
she
ya
said
sabía.
that she would be careful about where she got her coffee from.
Y dijo que iba a tener cuidado de dónde compra su café.
And I just thought that was great, and I think
Y pensé que eso fue maravilloso y les doy las gracias.
it's important to not kill yourself all the time about not being able to change the world in a minute.
Es importante no matarse a uno mismo todo el tiempo por no poder cambiar el mundo cada minuto.
Just think about your small choices and
Piensen en
continue
sus
to build.
decisiones pequeñas.
Y sigue construyendo.
Kind of add to that a little bit, like a theory that people may have heard of the ripple effect. Like you just throw the ripple effect.
Una de las teorías en las que podemos pensar es la teoría de
if you come to a flat pond,
flat pond, ondas.
Still pond.
Yeah, the ondas. Still pond, and throw a small pebble into the center.
Entonces en una laguna avientas una piedra.
The ripples will grow slowly and large. Will grow and slowly cover the entire pond.
Las ondas van a crecer y van a cubrir la laguna entera.
So every little seed of dissent that you throw out there is a pebble.
Entonces cada semilla de desacuerdo que avientes es una
that can cover the whole pond and grow into something.
Es una piedra que va eventualmente a cubrir toda la laguna.
I'd like to add to that.
Okay.
Wait, can I just throw something in? Because I can add one. Like one thing that really frustrates me in my life, especially as a high schooler, secondary school, is the apathy of people. Either they don't know or they don't care.
No saben y no les interesa.
So whenever I get really frustrated, I think of this bumper sticker I saw, which said the most radical thing you can do is talk to someone.
Puedes hacer es
talk to someone.
Hablar con alguien.
And so this ripple effect, if you get someone to think about one aspect of their life,
si cada uno pensamos en un aspecto de nuestra vida,
then that person, every time they do something else that maybe isn't right, they're going to think, oh wait, there's this other thing that I just learned wasn't completely correct.
Entonces la gente se va a dar cuenta que acabo de hacer algo que no está bien.
And slowly, even if you weren't able to convert them in that one conversation,
lentamente, aunque no puedas convertirlos en esa conversación,
they will become a more aware person.
Van a convertirse en una persona más consciente.
And with enough conversations, you can change.
Y con suficientes conversaciones podemos cambiar a suficientes personas para hacer una diferencia.
But I definitely hear what you're saying, like, you know, like all this rhetoric. Like, sometimes I wonder what I can do in my everyday, you know, like, I'm doing this, I feel like I'm doing as much as I can, and yet I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
Realmente siento que estoy haciendo todo lo que puedo y no es suficiente.
So, you know, it's kind of discouraging.
Entonces es frustrante.
Yes. Back to the ripple effect.
way to look at it is, beginning with self.
Empezando por ti mismo.
We have to encourage,
tenemos que propiciar
our loved ones and the people around us. First, we have to work on ourselves.
Y la gente alrededor nuestro, tenemos que trabajar primero en nosotros mismos.
Have a relationship with yourself.
Tener una relación con nosotros mismos, con nuestro cuerpo, tratar nuestro cuerpo bien.
Then treat your family.
Después tratar a gente en tu familia bien.
And then comes the community. If
después
everybody
viene la
treat each other well, people are treating or being around this type of energy.
Y cuando la gente
That's
está
the
alrededor de
ripple
este
effect
tipo de
that's
energía,
going to spread.
ese es el efecto de onda.
And we need to look at the mind.
Y necesitamos ver a la mente
that has been susceptible.
que ha
If we
sido
don't deal with ourselves and if we're not aware that we're susceptible to this sick mind that engulfs our body and then we don't think correctly. So we're hit over the head.
Si no nos damos oportunidad de cambiar, entonces no vamos a poder cambiar nada.
So then we become dazed, and then we go with the herd, we kind of flow with the herd. We need to become aware.
Con todos los demás
necesitamos
darnos cuenta.
We have to
momento a momento.
Awaken ourselves every
Necesitamos despertarnos
time.
a nosotros cada vez.
Wake up. Because it's so easy.
Cada vez
all this
porque es
stuff
tan
here
fácil.
that can throw us in a trance,
Nos pueden
a trance like
dar a
that
un
we
trance.
can jump back into the herd aspect, do what everyone else is doing.
Convertirnos en parte de la horda.
And when we become we want to do something.
Y una vez que queramos hacer algo,
we must first align ourselves.
Primero tenemos que alinearnos.
And once we know that we're aligned, we
ya
have
que
feeling
sepamos
good
que
about
estamos
where we are
alineados,
and what we're
sepamos
doing
dónde estamos ahorita.
And then comes every moment.
Y después cada minuto, cada
brand new.
momento,
It's just up to us what we want to do.
viene algo nuevo.
So we must live and every moment if a problem or something comes up, let's work to heal that situation.
Si un problema viene,
minute by minute.
Entonces tenemos que trabajar para solucionar esa situación, minuto a minuto.
Yeah.
That was Spanish.
Yeah. Where did the idea about the election come from? That was
¿De
something
dónde salió la idea de la elección?
Where the people voted for one person, but the powers that be said no.
Donde la gente votó
It
por
reminded
una
me of the
persona.
Bush election.
Sort of like we wanted you to know you're present with the action, that it wasn't separate from you.
Queremos que estuvieras presente con la acción, que no era algo ajeno a ti.
Control some of it.
Controlar un parte de la acción.
But I like that.
Pero me gustó.
I think also with the election, I think it was also
también fue
because these elections it's not only theater, it's like it's real, go tell the IMF that
ve y diles al
they're
Fondo
fucking
Monetario
the world,
Internacional que
and
están jodiendo al
that you
mundo y
oppose
debes.
it, and it's a non-democratic institution.
Y es
So
una
I think
institución no democrática.
a big part of the
Entonces, gran
having
parte
election thing
de tener una elección
was about questioning the model of bourgeois democracy, right?
El modelo de la democracia.
The idea that
La idea de
given
que
a bunch of totally controlled information, which is the corporate media,
toda la información que está controlada.
they call you every 5-4 years to go choose between one puppet or another.
Para que vayas y escojas entre un títere u otro.
So I think
that
was part of the building up, the idea of be conscious of how you're being part of the system and how you're being deceived,
de cómo
and
está
why,
siendo
and how then, if not through elections, how can we break down borders?
Y si no es con elecciones, ¿cómo podemos romper la frontera? There was Bruce, Mandie,
No, not me.
Joe.
Triangle.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of cast people talking, and there are people who
Hay mucha gente del elenco hablando y hay gente que no,
who are here,
que están aquí,
who aren't us,
que no somos nosotros, que necesitan ser escuchados.
like in this part of the room.
Como en esta parte del cuarto.
We're so few. Why don't we bring it in really into a nice tight circle? Like,
¿Por qué no nos juntamos más ya que somos menos?
Yeah, and also think about when we want to wrap up or how.
Y también piensen en cuándo queremos acabar y concluir. Pero ustedes tenían sus manos levantadas.
Well, I'm leaving. I got the house keys. Alex found his shoes. And if you do anything else, I'll be there.
Y si quiero otra cosa, ahí voy a estar. O en la cancha de tenis.
Good job. Applaud yourself.
Buen trabajo. Felicidades. No.
I want to make a comment.
Quiero hacer un comentario.
I agree with your assertion that we have to begin with ourselves.
Estoy de acuerdo con su aserción que tenemos que empezar por nosotros mismos.
But I think I might disagree with your approach.
Pero creo que estoy en desacuerdo con la manera de cómo llegar.
Like, somebody commented on my comment.
Alguien hizo un comentario sobre mi comentario.
That you have to not just sing but swing.
Que no solo hay que cantar, sino golpear.
So if we have to swing against our enemies.
Entonces si tenemos que golpear a nuestros enemigos.
And we are the enemy.
Y nosotros somos el enemigo.
How do we swing against ourselves?
¿Cómo nos golpeamos a nosotros mismos?
How are we aggressive with our own problems?
¿Cómo ser agresivos con nuestro propio problema?
We can become aware of.
Nos podemos dar cuenta.
We can become aware of the actions that we're doing.
De las acciones que estamos haciendo.
We can be the witnesses.
Podemos ser los testigos de lo que está pasando y trabajar sobre eso. Y no
and piggyback.
darnos a nosotros
and let the people that love us carry
seguir
some of our
haciendo
weight.
eso.
What?
Oh, everyone's trying to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, por favor.
Yeah, I think it's time. We've been translating like crazy for the last couple of weeks. Hemos estado traduciendo la última semana and it's pretty tiring stuff. I'm gonna help. Te voy a ayudar.
It's the same with all. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have two things to say.
Tengo dos cosas para decir.
The first is that
La primera es que
in response to the whole love-hate kind of
como
thing,
respuesta a la cuestión de odio y amor,
as well as the display of violence
como
tonight,
también el uso de la violencia,
is that what I think it gives us,
es que creo que lo que nos da,
even if we don't want violence,
aunque no queramos
is a
violencia,
really strong sense of urgency,
es un sentido muy urgente
which for me is really important.
Para mí es muy importante
Because it's so easy to forget that these things are happening every day.
Es tan fácil olvidar que todas estas cosas están pasando cada
Like
día.
the statistics that talked about every 5 hours,
Como las estadísticas de cada 5 horas,
atrocities happen.
las atrocidades que están pasando.
That really strikes a chord in me.
Eso de verdad me toca muy seriamente.
And I think that's the kind of thing that you can share with people
Creo que eso es lo que podemos compartir con otra gente,
that doesn't necessarily cause violence,
que no necesariamente causa violencia,
but causes awareness.
pero que causa conciencia.
And the second thing I wanted to
Y la
say
segunda cosa que quiero decir
is that something that also really spoke to me from
es que otra
tonight's
cosa que de verdad
performance
me habló en el performance de esta noche,
was when at various points in the performance
cuando en distintas partes de la obra
I was asked to help,
me preguntaron, me pidieron que ayudara.
and that was always a really great moment for me,
Y siempre fue un muy buen momento para mí,
because number one, it gave me a community,
porque como primera cosa me dio una comunidad,
but number two, I felt like I was helping with something.
pero segunda cosa me dio como que la idea de que estaba ayudando.
So I think that it's really important to ask other people to come and help.
Así que creo que es muy importante de pedirle a otra gente que venga a ayudarnos.
And I think it's really important, as Josh said,
Y creo que es muy importante, como dijo Josh,
to be willing to share the burdens that they have.
de estar dispuesto a compartir con los problemas que uno tenga y que ellos tengan.
I was wondering if you
Me estaba preguntando si ustedes.
You said that you were sort of unclear on the way of, beginning with self.
Me estaba preguntando que si. Hold on. Que si estabas. Can you repeat that again, please?
I just wanted to know if you got what the message that I was.
Estaba preguntando que si había entendido lo que yo acabo de decir.
In terms of starting with yourself.
Con respecto de empezar conmigo mismo. Porque no podemos hacer mucho si no estamos en la mente correcta. Si no estamos fluyendo propiamente. Alguna cosa que puedo sugerir.
In the way of learning more about ourselves.
Cómo aprender más de nosotros.
Body, mind, and spirit.
Es combinar cosas que usen el cuerpo, la mente y el espíritu. Desde el arte marcial, yoga,
even dance, things
hasta
that
el baile.
challenge us in that type of way.
Cuestiones que nos desafíen en ese tipo de manera. Ayuda bastante.
And I also want to throw out that, I believe that we search for love in all the wrong places.
Me quiero decir que siempre buscamos amor en los peores lugares. Tenemos que deshacernos de esta mente condicionada, de esta manera de vivir que está condicionada.
Many years.
Estamos por tantos años.
What is real happiness,
¿Qué es la verdadera felicidad?
When you really things have been so shadowed and kind of pushed to the side and
Nos han puesto tantas sombras y las cosas han estado empujados al lado.
The happiness begins with the joy from within. You can't
La
find
felicidad empieza con la alegría que uno lleva dentro.
source of anything.
No se puede encontrar en una fuente externa.
You know, friends, do me a favor.
Amigos, háganme un favor.
Don't end on a negative note.
No terminen con una nota negativa.
We had a beautiful experience.
Tuvimos una experiencia muy hermosa.
I've been organizing since I was 14.
He estado organizando desde que tengo 14 años.
And you didn't teach me anything new.
No me enseñaron nada nuevo.
But you gave it to me in a new way.
Pero me lo dieron de una manera nueva. Y los escuché.
And I thank you for that
Y les
experience.
agradezco por esa experiencia.
And it was good to see, 200 people here? Or close to that?
Y me gustó mucho ver tanta gente acá, 200, 100. Sí, más o
But
menos.
it felt like a big crowd of people.
Pero se sintió como una audiencia muy grande.
And all of us are leaving here with that experience of having learned something.
Y todo lo que nos estamos yendo aquí nos vamos con esa experiencia de haber aprendido algo.
And we're going to share it with more than one person.
Y lo vamos a compartir con más de una persona, con
We're
mucha
gonna learn
gente.
from this experience.
Mucha gente va a aprender esta experiencia.
Tomorrow morning I'm going down to New Bedford.
Mañana voy a ir a New Bedford
And I'm going to be at a church.
y voy a estar en una iglesia
And they're going to hear about this
y van a
experience.
escuchar de esta experiencia.
I'm going to encourage them to have that experience that we had here, there.
Y les voy a decir que tengan esa experiencia que nosotros vimos acá, allá.
So,
Así
you
que
know, we did good tonight. You guys did good. Thank
hicimos
you.
bien esta noche, gracias. Ustedes hicieron bien.
¿De resistencia?
And originally we had
Originalmente teníamos
17 cycles.
Siete
Oh, yeah, we did. With other Emerson
con
students.
otros estudiantes de Emerson,
And with 1 million people
con 1 millón de personas
from 60
de
countries.
60 países.
And so it for me
Entonces
was
para mí fue
a learning experience
una experiencia de aprendizaje.
that our struggles really
que
are bound up
que
together.
nuestras luchas están unidas.
And I feel the same way there that I felt here.
Me sentí de la misma manera en la que me siento ahorita.
I could look next to me
Podía ver al lado mío
and see people
y
working
ver gente que está
as
trabajando
hard
tan duro
and harder
y más duro
than I
que yo
am for the same thing.
para la misma causa.
And celebrating it
Y
together
celebrándolo juntos
through movement
a través del
and
movimiento
voice.
y voz,
So it made me
Entonces me
believe
hizo creer
that change is
que el
possible,
cambio es posible.
not probable
No
or
probable
maybe,
o tal
but
vez,
possible.
pero posible.
So that was so important.
Entonces eso fue muy importante.
And one of my favorite moments
Uno de mis momentos favoritos
was when a favorite musical artist of mine
fue
played,
cuando un artista musical favorito mío tocó
and that art is so important,
y que el arte es tan importante
and it resonates the
Y res-
message that we work in our communities
y
for.
resuena en los mensajes que nosotros trabajamos con nuestras comunidades
And as inspiring as it
y
is,
tan inspirador como es,
it's still not enough.
no es suficiente.
So,
Entonces,
as everyone here
como
has
todos aquí
encouraged
hemos
to go home
propiciado
and keep
para
working
regresar a
with
nuestras
the
casas,
spirit of the people next
seguir
to you.
trabajando con el espíritu de la persona a nuestro lado.
So thank you for
Entonces,
this
gracias
experience.
por esta experiencia.
Well, what I think is that people,
Yo creo que la gente,
you guys should work more with like people
ustedes
who'd be against it or like
tienen que
people who
trabajar
don't
con
know
gente
about it.
que no sabe al respecto o que está del lado contrario.
They'll like it and stuff like that.
Y así les va a gustar
I
más.
think you guys should work at some place where
Entonces,
people don't like it.
Trabajen en algún lugar donde estén
My name is Dan Kirkpatrick, and I attended college in the 60s.
Fui a la universidad en los 60 con mi esposa
During the time of Kent State,
en el tiempo de Kent State,
the Vietnam War,
la guerra de Vietnam,
and a lot of the same issues
muchos de los temas
that existed then,
que existían entonces
and that we fought and
que
worked
nosotros
to try
peleamos
to change.
y trabajamos para cambiar.
It's very frustrating to
Es muy
me
frustrante para mí
that not only are they still here,
que no solamente siguen
but they
aquí,
seem to be getting worse
pero se
instead
están
of better.
empeorando en vez de mejorando.
And all I can say is that to see young
Y
people
lo único que puedo decir es que ver gente joven
to come together like this
que se unan como ahorita
and put forth this idea and
Poner-
this feeling
y presentar esta idea y es
that it's up to each and
Que-
every one of us
que se trata de que cada uno de nosotros,
to respect one another,
que nosotros nos respetemos,
to love one another,
que nos amemos,
to work with one another,
que trabajemos unos con los otros
and we can eventually
y podemos eventualmente
bring peace
traer
to
paz
this world.
a este mundo.
I have something quick to say.
Yo tengo algo rápido que decir.
So,
Ay, Jesús.
So we live in a city,
Entonces vivimos en una ciudad
and every single day
y cada día
on the train,
en el tren,
on the bus,
en el autobús,
sidewalk,
en la acera,
we see hundreds of people.
vemos cientos de personas.
And I guarantee
Y les garantizo,
that a lot of the people that we pass
muchas de las personas con las que pasamos
feel the
al lado,
same way as us
se sienten igual que nosotros
about particular issues
acerca de temas en particular
that we believe in.
que nosotros creemos, en los que nosotros creemos.
But we don't know it
Pero no sabemos
because we're all just on our way somewhere.
porque estamos en camino a algún lugar.
The only way that you can know
La única manera de conocer
that you have a community
que tenemos una comunidad
is if you put yourself out there
es si te pones
and let people know what you believe.
afuera y dejas que la gente te descubra.
I have a particular belief
Tengo una creencia en particular
that since I pay taxes,
que como pago impuestos,
I should be able to marry whoever I want. I wear a sign on my coat every day.
uso un letrero en mi saco
On
todos
the
los días.
train, on the
en
bus,
en el tren, en
on
el
the sidewalk.
autobús, en la acera.
And everybody
Y
knows
todo el
it.
mundo lo sabe.
And it creates this community.
Y crea esta
And I
comunidad.
have so much support
Y tengo
from
tanto
all these strangers.
soporte de todas estas gentes extrañas.
And I never realized that they were there.
Y nunca supe que estaban ahí.
So put your beliefs out there.
Entonces,
You don't have to wear a sign.
presenten sus creencias, no tienen que usar un letrero.
But start up conversations with people.
Pero empiecen conversaciones con gente.
And you'll surprise yourself
Y se van a sorprender
that you're not alone.
que no están solos. Una cosa, ya sé que hablé antes.
And unfortunately, I have to go
Y me tengo que ir
to take care of something else before it gets too late.
darme
And I
para-
want to thank the sister,
Quiero-
especially. We have our first
darle gracias a
lesbo
la-
wedding on June
a la-
5th, right here. But one of the aims of this space and this congregation,
Uno de los fines de este espacio y esta congregación,
where Sacco and Vanzetti look down at us
donde
each
Sacco y
week,
Vanzetti
we believe that it's okay to be radical your whole life.
estamos de acuerdo en que sean radicales toda su vida.
We believe that whether you speak English or you don't speak English, you can have a
Que
place
si
in
hablan
this
español o no hablan inglés, si hablan inglés o no hablan inglés, tienen un lugar en esta comunidad.
And if you get some ideas that aren't necessarily mainstream, this is the
Ideas
place for you.
que no sean en general generales o
No, de supuestamente normal.
Yeah. So what I want to say is, if anybody has an idea,
si alguien tiene una idea,
you want to put up an art show,
quieren hacer una exhibición de arte,
you want to create some theater,
quieren crear teatro,
you want to have a coffee house,
quieren tener una casa de café,
come talk to me. This space is your space.
hablen conmigo, este espacio es su espacio.
We only have it for the community.
Solo lo tenemos para la comunidad.
If the community weren't here, we'd
Si
close
la
it down.
comunidad no estuviera, lo cerraríamos.
So come talk.
Entonces vengan y hablen conmigo.
And we will find a way to make
Y
things
vamos a
happen.
vamos a encontrar la manera de que pasen
This
las
place
cosas.
needs some
Esta-
youthful, radical energy. And don't tell him, but I love this man.
Thank you.
If your show coincide with tomorrow.
No sé si su show coincidió va a coincidir con
Purposefully?
mañana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because let us not forget, I mean, it hasn't been announced.
Pero no hay que olvidar que
In the United States, we celebrate
En
Labor
Estados
Day in
Unidos
September, but Labor Day is tomorrow.
pero el día del trabajo es mañana.
And on that note, there will be a
En
big
esa
festival
nota,
called the Wake Up the Earth
un
Festival
festival gigante que se llama Despierten a la Tierra
at Stony Brook T Station in Jamaica Plain.
en la estación de tren Stony Brook en Jamaica Plain.
Hip hop, music, dance, storytellers, games for children, painting, face painting, body painting. You know, all that. There's a parade at 11 and the festival begins at 12.
Hay una marcha a las 11 y el festival empieza.
There's also just, and then after Wake Up the Earth,
Y después,
everyone came here tonight. Tomorrow night, there's a
Mañana en la noche.
after Wake Up the Earth party and spontaneous celebration out in JP 45 Danforth Street, and it's a combined benefit for the Lucy Parsons Center and spontaneous celebration.
hay esta fiesta
At 8 o'clock.
A las 8 de la noche en Spontaneous Celebration en 45 Danforth.
45 Danforth.
45 Danforth en Jamaica Plain.
In JP, and there'll be lots of music and food and drink.
Mucha música, comida, bebida.
Dancing.
Y es un beneficio para el centro.
Lucy Parsons.
Spontaneous Celebration, pero también para Lucy Parsons.
Carlos will do a solo performance.
I'll do a solo performance there.
Woo! ¿Qué hora? What time?
¿A qué hora mañana?
8 p.m. until 1 a.m.
De las 8 a la 1.
It's also right near the Stony
también está cerca de la parada de la estación Stony Brook. ¿Puedo proponer un juego?
We were just talking about that. Yeah, this is actually a machine game. So do you want to explain it?
¿Quieres explicarlo?
He made it up, I just started playing it.
Alright. So this is a game I made up at a poetry slam one night when we had ran out of poets. We needed to do
Cuando se nos acabaron los poetas y inventamos el juego.
And then me and Mallory ended up playing it later and turned it into a game.
Empezamos a jugarlo después.
So it's called Wouldn't It Be Cool?
Se llama No Sería Chido, No Sería Chévere.
And basically the way it works is
la manera en que funciona es
we get a beat, usually it's me because nobody else can make a beat. That's just me in a recent trend. I haven't worked with all y'all, so maybe but the way it works is everybody gets to stand up, get in a big old circle,
en un círculo grande.
Good, how are you doing?
Alright, so Mallory is going to help me kick it off. She's going to do the first round. And I'm going to drop the beat for her. And basically, it works like this.
Entonces, comienza así.
Say goodbye to anybody.
Look out.
So basically the way this works is that we just sit around and we kind of pop on a rhythm and we just talk about things that would be really cool. Like, wouldn't it be really cool if...
Wouldn't it be really cool if the 1 million people I marched with all went home and called their senators about policy changes?
No sería chido si el millón de personas se marcharon conmigo y le hablara a sus senadores.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
Eso sería tan chévere, tan chévere.
And like, wouldn't it be cool if, like she said, if just because you pay taxes, or even if you didn't pay taxes, damn it, you could just marry whoever you want? Man, that would be cool. So the only way this works is if people step in to the circle and just think of what's on their mind and say, wouldn't it be really cool if, say something and say, yeah.
It doesn't have to rhyme.
It doesn't have to rhyme at all.
In English or Spanish.
If I had a tripod right now. Is there? Walk away like there is one. Yeah, like no. Okay.
Wouldn't it be cool if when I changed my money at the police station and then when I wrote it
What time are you going to be done? For the fireside? I don't have anything planned. Probably.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Alright, cool. Well, maybe if this is the same, it's about 10:30 now. Maybe you want to get together afterwards? Sure. Good. Okay, I should have somebody.
Speaking of coffee, wouldn't it be cool if everybody bought fair trade coffee so coffee farmers didn't have to sell their land to grow cocaine?
I need to. I want to make sure that maybe my wife and I are going to elsewhere. That you know, for the month in June. So I'm going to work that out tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming.
Yo, wouldn't it be cool if cops put some bear juice and chase kids around on
point where it's mostly cast members, and it is 11:30, unfortunately, and we have to set this place up for church service tomorrow morning.
Can we circle up and just do a group breath before we
begin?
Yeah.
I'll do a group swing.
What up, y'all? Shake hands. Shake everything.
Film. I can do both.
That was really scary. Yeah.
This camera's not a phallic symbol.
Yeah, right. Breathe in. Up on your toes.
Damn.
Wings, open your wings. Massage.
Y un masaje eterno.
Relax your toes, open your feet.
Abran los pies.
Bend your knees.
Flexionen las rodillas.
Your toes should wiggle.
Que los dedos del pie se muevan.
Bigger.
Un poco más grande.
Now. We want to get our charge, our natural charge of our energy, right? What we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a shower with our charge. We're going to clear ourselves from all this collective, any collective negative energy. You can do this anytime you feel tense, caught up with something. Just brush it off.
Vamos a bañarnos con nuestro propio cargo eléctrico que tenemos. Se puede hacer en cualquier momento de tensión.
Make sure you get the top of your head. All the way down. Now we're branding.
Leave your one breath. What? Are you going to do your one breath?
The one that we did
before? I think you should.
Okay. Today we have found ourselves in front of many stories that have been carried by many people across many borders. Hoy nos encontramos con muchas historias que han sido cargadas por mucha gente a través de muchas fronteras por muchos años. And one thing to think about is the idea of responsibility and what that means. Una cosa en que tenemos que pensar es la responsabilidad. ¿Qué quiere decir eso? Responsibility can also be looked at as your ability to respond. Tu capacidad de responder es tu responsabilidad. Sometimes it's very hard to respond immediately to the stories that hit you because they have a lot of weight. Muchas veces es muy difícil responder a las historias que te chocan porque tienen mucho peso. Entonces, este aliento, this breath, is to first breathe in the full weight of what we have learned tonight and allow that to sit inside of us, and then to breathe out the ability to respond, the responsibility to go forward. Sí, lo que vamos a hacer es respirar por adentro el peso completo, las historias que hemos encontrado esta noche, las cosas que hemos aprendido, para dejar que el peso entero se siente dentro de nosotros, pero después respirar para afuera, la habilidad de responder de una manera sana a lo que hemos aprendido y poderlo difundir de la manera necesaria. Entonces, para adentro, para afuera. Y aguántalo. Let it arrive at your gut. Deja que llegue a tu estómago.
Pachamericanas! ¡Vamos, Pachamericanas!
Unido, jamás será vencido.
The people united will never be defeated.
Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo.
Our strength is the circle.
La máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
Can we do a call? A manito.
Another world is not only possible, she is on her way on a quiet day. I can hear her breathing.
Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
¡Viva Manitua!
Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo. Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa de Macondo.
Our strength is the circle.
La máxima verdad. Bomba, bomba, bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
Can we do a call? A manito.
Another world is not only possible, she is on her way on a quiet day. I can hear her breathing.
Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad.
¡Viva Manitua!
Árbol de la máxima verdad. Bomba, bombo, tumba tus raíces. Bombas en el campo, en la ciudad. Changa, changa, changa.
¡Vamos, Pachamericanas! ¡Let's go, Pachamericanas! ¡Vamos, Pachamericanas!